Is that it up there? Is this it?
I don't know, man. We're just gonna have to find out.
Whoa. Holy shit, dude.
Nobody cares about your feelings.
McBitchin?
We got McDonald's money over here.
Cheers.
Sips beer.
Go, 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 go. That was a good rant.
Carl. Who is this?
It's Carl.
Thanks, Carl.
Yeah. No, no, no! I'm the T.
Hit M.
M for masturbating.
I just choked on my spit.
How the hell do you explain this one?
I'll suck you off myself.
Cut out the middleman. I'd be in a much better mood.
Everybody would be.
You're the Baskin Robbins of blowjobs.
Austin, you're out. Sorry.
I'd eat my wife. It needs to be melty.
I'd eat your dick first.
Fucking now we're making sandwiches.
You looking like a whole meal.
Mail on the clip in question.
Okay. Basically.
Maybe we'll do that towards the end, like a mailbag style thing.
Like a mailbag style thing.
Ooh, do
What?
that at the beginning.
I mean, that's a good idea too, but most podcasts, they have like a mailbag segment where they'll have like tweets from listeners or Instagram comments
yeah,
or
yeah,
people
yeah.
Get
leave
that out of the
voicemails.
way and then go into the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be bad.
Okay.
Let's do that.
You want to do that?
Sorry,
yeah.
I just changed the whole direction. Like,
Nah,
hey,
that's
you're
cool.
fine.
We can just throw that right into the fucking beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just throw ourselves into it. This is fucking Blue Skies from the Basement. My name is Austin. Joining me, as always, is my best friend, Wes.
What's up, guys?
Hey, and we have a special guest on today. It's my wife's aunt. Yes. Yeah. My wife's Aunt K.
Hello.
I actually seriously don't know what your first name is. I just know you by K. You said it earlier, so I know it, which kind of fucking sucks. But before that, I just know you as K.
As Aunt KK. That
I
works.
mean, yeah.
Caitlin, officially, but nobody gets it right. It's Caitlin or Kaylee, so I just say the letter K.
But Kaylin.
Kaylin.
How do you, is it Kailyn?
Kayeelin.
Kayeelin.
Oh, my family got difficult with the E.
Yeah, just a little bit.
There's too many different spellings of that one name.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm never on a keychain, ever. So,
Yeah.
ever.
I mean, your sister's name starts with a K too, so it's kind of like,
Yep.
if you're like Aunt KK and then she's K, I mean, you guys are KKK.
Oh, dear God.
Why did you have to do that? I mean, I know like it was there.
Now
but
I'm
you
changing
had
my
to.
name.
You just couldn't help it.
I got screwed on spicy chicken nuggets. Now I got to change my name.
Oh yeah, she tried to go to fucking Wendy's before she came here and asked for spicy nuggets, and they didn't give it to her.
So I went back and got them.
Yeah.
Did the Wendy's have it like advertised on their sign out front that the spicy nuggets are back?
I didn't even look. I knew that was the reason I was going.
Oh, okay. Because the only reason I asked that is because the Wendy's by my house is super lazy. They're like the worst Wendy's ever, and they just put spicy nugs back on their sign.
Oh, I thought they were just gonna put spicy back.
Wendy's is bringing spicy back.
I'm bringing
Why
spicy
waste the ink on the
back.
extra few letters? You don't need the ink for that.
Yeah, right.
It's like Wendy's has spicy nugs.
I'm bringing spicy back. Them other restaurants don't know how to act.
Yeah. Take you to the chorus.
Go ahead, girl. Give me some nuggets. Go ahead, girl. Give me some nuggets. Do it for my band. Them spicy nuggets. I think, man.
And Wendy's just sponsored Blue Skies from the Basement.
Hey, there's another.
That's gonna be a problem because McDonald's sponsors us.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, shit.
Yeah, we got McDonald's money over here, which is, we're like dollar menu money,
Yeah, try a fillet of fish.
where we have like $5. So whatever you can get with $5, which is actually like a few things.
You can get a couple of things.
Yeah,
you
you
can
can
get
like,
full on $5.
yeah, true, from McDonald's.
Yeah.
I always get the McBitchin'.
McBitchin?
Yeah, you know what a McBitchin' is?
I know what a McGangbang is, but I've never heard of a McBitchin.
There, you can't know what a McGangbang is without knowing what a McBitchin' is.
I guess I just go hard.
Okay, so
I think I'm a little sheltered. I don't know
because
what
a
either is.
McGangbang is a Big Mac with a McBitchin'.
Okay.
So a McBitchin' is
I've
a
just never heard the McBitchin terminology. McBirchin term.
a McBitchin' is a McDouble and a McChicken put together.
Okay.
So then a McGangbang is a McBitchin' with a Big Mac put together. Some people decide to take like some of the extra breading out because it is a lot.
It's too many carbs.
Dude, you're going to McDonald's.
At that point, yeah. Why get a diet after all that?
Yeah.
Do you want to supersize that?
Yeah, but a Diet Coke.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll get a water.
All right, so we're just gonna jump into this. We got our first voicemail on the podcast.
It terrified me when I first heard it.
He literally messaged me at like 2:00 in the morning and was like, I didn't get your message until like 5 because the baby woke up and I was feeding her and was like, checking my phone and saw that you had messaged me.
Yeah.
You were like, hey man, so we got this voicemail and it seems like it's kind of aggressive. And like, as soon as you said, hey, we got this voicemail, I knew who it was from.
Yeah.
And because I told one of my friends that, he was talking about how he wanted to send one in. I was like, send it in as soon as you can. So, like, I knew who it was, but you were like, I could tell that you were, like, really concerned about it. And so I was like,
I was crossfaded in the moment, so my judgment wasn't all that good, but it definitely freaked me out.
I had to go and listen to it. So, like, I'm feeding the baby and, like, listening to it, like, through my phone, like, laughing my ass off because of your reaction to the episode, or to the voicemail. So, okay, without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and play that now.
Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about some fun things like sports. Because sports is a topic from one of your episodes here. I love sports. So I'm thinking, we had that whole Fortnite Apex stuff. And we're talking about if gamers are athletes. Now, let's do some hypothetical fun things here. So you've got Ninja, who's this awesome Fortnite player. He's an athlete, right? Great. So let's take this Fortnite ninja and let's put him in a room with a Yakuza ninja and let's see how athletic he is. Okay. I get it. Ninja would beat the crap out of a Yakuza ninja on Fortnite because he's better. He moved his thumbs amazingly. Now, when Ninja loses, Fortnite Ninja, he rages by spinning in his chair. Whee! When Yakuza Ninja rages, he slowly stands up. He goes and packs a bag. He walks outside. He walks to where he's going. Let's say Fortnite Ninja's house. He stands outside and waits. Around 12:30 in the afternoon, Fortnite Ninja comes out. Yakuza Ninja kicks him, drops him to his knees, and slices his head off. Still, one's an athlete, one is not. It's fun, though. I like this comparison. MTV, yes, this is an old guy. MTV's like Fox News, you guys. It's fake news. MTV is not music. I mean, is there even any music on that thing anymore? It's all crap, reality. Yeah, they should get rid of that crap, too. So, hey, Blue Skies, you guys are doing fantastic. I love listening to it. Us old people even listen to you. Maybe we don't need that cable channel anymore. Sounds amazing. So I'll just keep listening to you guys. Maybe I'll hear my voice. Maybe you'll hear my voice. Maybe you'll see a Yakuza Ninja. That could be fun. That's a fun time. Peace out, guys.
Okay.
The fuck?
I-
Are we recording again now?
yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good rant.
Okay.
Yakuza ninjas? Is that even the proper terminology?
I don't.
Are there Yakuza ninjas? Because that's like Chinese mafia shit. I'm so lost. And my whole point with the MTV thing was like, duh, it doesn't have music. That's why I was mad about it. The tone of this, I was like, who the fuck? Like,
I thought it was creative. He had a lot of description in there. He could have done a short novel.
Listen, if you know the guy, like, it's hilarious because he's so spot on, like, with what we were talking about and, like, how he feels about it and where he would go with it. Like, first of all, I don't know if I can't
That
even
one,
say
that
it.
word.
Yeah.
Yakanaka.
Yakumna Ninja is, like, right. Like, I don't know.
You come now. Fuck you, dude.
I'm gonna get so much shit. I don't know if that is even a thing. I'm not a nerd in ninjas, okay? But I feel like if there's anybody that would know about it, like it would be him. Like he just has like that weird information.
Yeah.
So
I would want to know more details. Does he have ninja stars? Like,
I
what
thi-
was his background? Who was his mentor? Like, I want to.
I think what he was saying was that like he like our whole argument was that he doesn't think that esports should be on ESPN
Right.
because it's not physical. So like me sitting here like playing video games, it's not like a physical activity, which I can kind of agree with him and then somewhat not because you have to. I mean, I don't know. Our whole point was that it should be on a separate channel. So there should be like an
Gotcha.
esports channel on basic television, just like there's an ESPN for sports. Well, my issue with that is that basic TV and cable is for old people, and so they're never going to make an esports channel because nobody is ever going to watch that on basic television when they can just stream it. And like old people don't watch video games. And if you are an old person out there that watches video games, you've also figured out how to just stream it on YouTube or Twitch or Mixer or
Gotcha.
whatever. Like
You're not
Right.
gonna go to cable for that.
Right.
no. And then I asked him about poker. I was like, so do you think that poker should be on ESPN? He was like, no, because it's not fucking physical. It's not a sport.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, this is all included in the clip I cut out. So for context, I think we can record and play this at the same time.
I don't think so.
Are you, okay, so maybe we'll cut out the recording.
Oh,
again.
maybe it does. I don't know.
Well, we can
I
try
mean,
it. If it doesn't work, I'll just fix
I
it.
think it is recording. So okay. We're just gonna I'll play that for you right now.
Okay.
Speaking of you saying for old people to watch,
Yeah.
I was talking with my manager about the gaming being called sports and
Yeah.
how he doesn't think that it's a sport because
This
a
was
sport
last
is
episode.
a
Gotcha.
physical activity. So like football, baseball, soccer, ping pong is still a sport because
Yeah.
it's physical.
Table tennis.
Yeah,
Excuse you, sir.
my bad. Table tennis.
Fucking noob.
I'm gonna get so much
Fuck
shit
you.
for that. Foosball is still a sport.
That's
to
my
him
job. Why?
because it's physical. You have to move up and down the table.
It's about as much moving as playing a video game. Or
Nope.
what
Nah,
does he think about
nope.
VR?
Nope.
What if you're standing and playing a video game?
Nope.
What about
Still a
like
video game.
DDR?
It should be considered a video game because we were okay. So my whole point was that we were talking about how ESPN took off the Apex tournament
Yeah.
because whatever fucking reason with the mass shootings
Oh,
and shit
stop
like
it.
that. Controversy because they don't want to feel like ESPN was
I know it's
the
yummy.
reason that some
fucking
other
delicious.
kid went out and started shooting other people.
Fucking stand by your morals, ESPN. Like,
Anyways, we were talking about how he was like there should be its own like channel, and he was like it should be like the esports channel and not ESPN. He's like, I don't think it should be on ESPN.
that always makes me think of Dodgeball. The movie Dodgeball. Where,
Yeah.
like ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Yeah. Then I was like, what about poker? And he's like, I don't fucking think that poker should be on ESPN either. It's not a fucking sport. There's nothing physical about poker. And I'm like, okay, at least you can agree with that.
How does he feel about MTV?
Dude.
That's. He's fucking
I'll ask him.
more nitpicky than I am.
I will ask him. So we started talking about that, and I was like, oh, man, we should fucking start our own channel. Like, we should get our own channel and, like, try and start it. He's like, Fox News started out as, like, a basement fucking thing that somebody just started, and then it ended up, being what it is today.
Yeah.
I was like, we should do the same thing, and then I had to stop myself. Because it's like, who the fuck watches basic TV anymore? Old people.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You know who doesn't watch gaming? Old people. So I was like, no, we should not do that because YouTube and Twitch and Mixer are all these streaming services where I can watch that shit on my phone. I can watch it. I don't have basic television, okay? You know what I have? I have Wi-Fi and a Roku.
Yeah.
And I can watch YouTube on my fucking Roku and Hulu and Netflix. So I have everything that I want to fucking watch. I don't watch basic television, and I can bet that I'm just shooting the shit here, but 90% of our generation doesn't fucking have basic television either. Because they don't give a shit, and it's for old people.
Yeah.
Most of the channels now are fucking reality TV
Get it all the way
shows,
in there.
news, and shit TV shows.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. They gotta be so censored on there and on basic television because anybody can watch it. I mean, fuck, if you want to go and do a SpongeBob marathon, I'll sit there with you all fucking day. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'll watch a SpongeBob marathon with you, but I can watch that shit on whatever, on YouTube or something, dude. Like,
Yeah.
regardless. I got into this point where I was like, oh, shit. Streaming has just become, like, real big, and I figured out why I don't want basic television, because it's for old people.
Yeah, as you were telling me that story in the part where you got to like, we should make a TV channel where it's just free. I was like,
Why?
Yeah, people are already doing that, but it's not TV.
But
it's the
yeah.
internet.
Yeah.
Like to have that idea in 2019, like we should make a cable channel. It's like, ooh, how old are you? Like, that's not what we do anymore. What is this?
Oh my god.
I was just waiting for it. I was just waiting for it.
Surprise!
You son of a bitch.
His voice was heard. We heard him.
I mean, okay. So I think he got a little bit like too much into it with the whole like Yakuza ninja and ninja
It was goofy.
thing. Yeah, it was definitely goofy. But
Creative.
yeah, but he's got a good point that, you know, if the Fortnite ninja were to go up against a real ninja, like, he would lose all day. But I mean,
In any content, it's like if you're gonna do your first football game, you're not gonna go up against an NFL, or if you're like the first time playing chess, you're not gonna go up against a world champion. Like,
I mean, you
there's
could,
differences.
you
but
can,
you're not gonna stand a chance.
no,
like
by any means.
I think it's even more extreme than an apples to oranges comparison like that, though. It's more like your
It's
first
true.
time playing chess versus an AI that's been trained to play chess.
That's
it's where,
actually
like,
very true.
video gaming versus sports is just like, it's not a fair argument.
Right.
Call one an athlete and the other not. They're different things.
But they're both professionals, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why shouldn't ESPN be able to play something that is considered a professional sport, whether it's a esports thing or whether it's like NFL or baseball? They're still a professional, you know. And what does ESPN stand for?
Well, you brought a good point up though too, like the fact that cable, you say is for old people. I'm kind of in that because I still watch cable, but like they're gonna go for what ratings are gonna go for. So if people are gonna stream those things, why would they put that on TV where nobody's gonna watch it? They're not gonna get the streaming they want when they can play a sport like, you know, a Cleveland Browns game that's gonna get a lot more ratings.
I mean, I even think about it in the sense of like in a restaurant. Like,
That's
there,
true.
you know how many times I go into a restaurant, I'm like, there's a CSGO match on right now. I wish that I could watch that CSGO match on a fucking TV that's up in the thing rather than me like staring at my phone the whole time.
That's true.
Like, it.
Yeah, I think the point you made there is kind of exactly the problem with the way he presented it in the voicemail was kind of a sarcastic tone,
Funny, yeah.
but that is that mindset of like, what about the ratings? Is this gonna bring in the same amount of money that like a football event is? And it's technology and also the culture around video gaming is changing so fast, and these esports leagues are getting so big that they can bring in that type of revenue and that viewership now.
Especially in certain areas. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to get a lot of that in some places and then none in another. Same with none for a Cleveland Browns football game versus.
Yeah, exactly. So the argument of it shouldn't be on ESPN is like, well, they're doing the same, if not better numbers in some areas, so maybe it should be on ESPN.
See,
We
this
should
was
be allowed
my-
to bend the definitions.
This was my whole point of like, he's like, oh, I don't think it should be on there because it's not a physical sport. But I'm like, why shouldn't they put it on there? Like, if you're gonna watch it or if people are gonna watch it, you know, that's like when I go to B-Dubs, like one of their TVs usually has like a B-Dubs like extreme sports like channel on. And they show like skateboarding and like motocross and shit like that. And I'm always watching that because I don't watch fucking hockey
You don't want to watch all them.
or
Yeah, right.
basketball or football or soccer. I don't give a shit about any of that. But then
The
also
big
like
golf match. That doesn't do it for you.
No. No. Definitely not. I'm sorry. I did no.
Yeah, I'm tired of traditional sport privilege.
But
Where's my TV?
I also think that in it, like, I wish I could go out somewhere where it was kind of like a gaming bar, where not like what we have like with like 16-bit, where it's like an arcade bar, but I mean like a esports bar. I could meet like-minded people like myself, the same way that like football people go to like B-dubs and they go in there to watch a game, and then you end up like sitting at the bar and you're watching it and getting all hyped up, and then you end up meeting somebody else that's got like the same jersey on or got the same
Right.
team jersey on as you. Like, I wish I could go and do that at a place and then be watching CS:GO or whatever. That's kind of the only thing I watch. So like, I don't really watch Overwatch or Fortnite or anything else, but like, you get my point. Like,
That could be happening soon. I mean, that could be the next big thing.
I mean, I would hope so.
Blockbuster's gone, so next put in that.
I mean, they have like a shout out to Game Arena in Hilliard, Ohio.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Is they have community nights, right? It's just that, but without the alcohol.
No, they sell Angry Orchard there. Actually, they sell some alcohol. So yeah,
dope.
actually,
well, now I'm gonna go.
actually, when I would go, you live closer than I do. Actually, when I would go, like, I would always be drinking Angry Orchard. I'd be the only one drinking too. Like,
Yeah.
nobody else drinks. So like, we'd be sitting there like playing these matches, and I'm over here like chugging like Angry Orchard and
You're
shit.
like, there goes the community night drunk.
He's back.
But I'm cool though, I'm not like a drunk. I mean,
Most drunks don't think they are.
sips beer.
Rattles trash can.
Gulp, 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 gulp.
I'm literally gonna take a sip of my beer now after I just said that.
Sip break.
Cheers.
Definitely cheers.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope it does get to that point that like there's a bar out there that specifically only plays like esports things. So like when there's a major going on, like the Berlin major is coming up for CS, and then September 25th, like they have ESL 1 New York and they're putting out a new cache, which is one of their maps. And they're like premiering it at this event at a major, and so it's going to be played by teams like at this event, and it's going to go live like at this event.
Right then and
So
there.
it would be awesome for me as a person to be able to like go out to a bar and hang out with like my friends and buy drinks and shit like that. So like it's for me, it almost seems like, why has this not already happened?
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah, like I mean, even for not even the esports, but like Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon or Dungeons and Dragons, like you have just those community nights or whatever that people play. But why not make it an actual store just for that?
I mean,
Or
I'm
a
sure that
location just for that.
I'm sure that there's probably like a game board store out there that sells like a whole bunch of game boards and stuff like that, where they do like a
That
D&D
kinda
night,
thing, yeah.
but it's like a group thing. So like they'll have like the one master or whatever, but then like everybody can be involved in it. I mean, I don't know. I don't
There's
know.
there's a few around town. There's one on North High that
Yeah, I
I
was
forget what it's called, but
There's
it's like
one
a,
right by your house.
yeah, it's basically a comic book store where they do all that stuff too, and they have board games and fantasy games.
But make
stuff like
that into like your whole business plan. I mean, not just those nights for people that want to play, but make that, have esport, all the different sports that aren't traditional.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Okay.
They do that for VR.
Let's
Like
do
you can
it
go
and
to
get rich.
VR studios and go in and just put on a headset and try it out for the first time and pay for like an hour slot or whatever.
I would love to do that. Just
Yeah,
kidding. I'm
sweet.
just going to come over to your house,
Do that.
which I still need to do
Do that.
one of these days, man.
Do
One of these days.
that.
One of these days, all right?
Okay.
When I get a day off and
I got new games too. I got this one called Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
what?
So the person in the VR headset gets like this thing with a bunch of different modules, and that you have like the controller is the thing. So
Ye-
like each different button is a different part of the thing that you're holding in the VR space. And then the TV screen displays a manual for the bomb. So the people who are in the room with you have to describe the manual, and you have to figure out how to defuse it based on their descriptions
Oh, that's
before
cool.
you all explode.
That's cool.
It's really fun. It's a fun party game.
They've done like not a VR version of that, but they do that in I saw like a YouTube video where a dude is like reading a manual that's got a whole bunch of different like bombs in it, and they're bomb diffusers themselves and like have done that for years. So they're professionals at doing it in real life, but they like hand them these like fake bombs and that are like toys, and they're like, you guys got to defuse this, and like they have like a manual, but the dude has to like tell the other dude what to do. And so it's basically the same thing, but now they've made it into this game that could be like a fucking drinking game, dude. Like, you know how fun that would be to just get a group of our friends over there and just fucking drinking, and like we're just yelling at you like, cut the fucking red wire, cut the red wire.
That's what it devolves into, like, because you're on a time limit, so people just start yelling at you, and you're like, fuck, I don't know. You're in the headset.
Press triangle. That sounds awesome, actually.
Come over.
All right, all right.
Sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll come over.
Come on over.
I will come all over you. I mean, over to you.
That was a big, like, that's not even a Freudian slip. That was just like,
Nope, that
you
was
said
just
what
there.
you said.
Tried to cover it up, but no.
No, I did not.
Can't
Not
wipe
at
that
all.
off.
Oh, gross. It comes off. You just gotta do some scrubbing. Unless you're in a hot shower, then it gets sticky. Too much. Sorry.
Shout out to Carl
Carl.
for sending us that voicemail, by the way. We'll have him on eventually.
Good
Next time, give me.
transition.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, good transition.
Yeah, yeah.
Smooth.
Thanks, Carl.
I'm good at that. I'm good at my transitions like that, you know?
He is impressive with them. But, you know, next time you're going to leave a voicemail like that, give me some fucking heads up or something. Because that was just like,
No,
I
I
wasn't
think
ready.
that was awesome. I think it was more funny because I was laughing when you were like, this seems a little aggressive. And I'm just like laughing in my bed, like reading this. I was like, I can't wait to fucking listen to this. Like, what did he say?
Here's what happened. I'm like editing. I see the notification. I get up out of my chair. All the lights are off in the house except for the computer screen. I get up, put it up to my head, and I'm starting to walk into the kitchen to like grab a drink. And I hear the start of the voicemail and the tone of voice, and I just stop what I'm doing. Like I stopped in the middle of the dark kitchen and was just like,
One of those.
He's like, what the fuck is going on here?
who is this?
It's Carl. Which I guess I used him as an example on one of the past episodes because I walked into it. I was talking to him the other day.
Careful. You walked into his asshole? Was there going to be another slip?
I slipped into his asshole.
Ah.
No, but I met up with him the other day, and he was like, "You guys killed me with the berries and the crocodile contraceptive." I guess I used him as an example. I used his name,
Oh.
Carl. So shout out to Carl. Sorry for killing you with the berries and the crocodile contraceptive. Which,
Yeah.
if you haven't listened to that, good, because it's gross.
Do you want to know?
I'm intrigued a little bit. Yeah, I haven't heard that one.
So, I forget why this came up. I think we were just talking about like misinformation in general, or maybe like how ancient knowledge got learned in the first place,
And that people just died. Somebody was like, "Hey, you should try this berry," and they were like, "Oh, okay, sure," and then they died, and they were like, "Oh, well, we can't eat that."
I would be the person that would, hey, Kay, come try this.
Okay.
You're like, tastes delicious.
Dunk.
Yeah.
That's me.
So, Amazonian tribes used to use crocodile dung as a contraceptive, and I was listening to like a Snapple Facts, true or false myth type thing.
I keep telling people it's piss.
Oh, it's crocodile shit.
It's crocodile shit.
Shit.
I think that's even worse, though.
It's so much worse.
So much worse.
So-
Fuck.
That's why it's a contraceptive. They're going to get infections and die.
Well, that was one of the theories. Is like, well, wouldn't. Trey even said, "Well, I'm not putting my dick in there." Like,
Right.
That's even better.
Right.
But it's a spermicide. So
Oh.
like, there's an ingredient in crocodile dung that like actually killed the sperm. So they were doing it for good reason. It's just they had no idea that was scientifically why. They just knew it worked.
Wow.
And we were trying to figure out how that came to be. Why you would ever think to do that?
It's not a fun trial by error.
No.
No.
Because what if you do that and then you get pregnant? And you're like, well, I put crocodile shit in my pussy for nothing. Like, what the fuck?
This shit sucks.
Hold on, I'm looking something up for you.
Don't look anything related to that up. It's gonna be awful. Oh. Well, I appreciate that.
The more you know.
The more you know.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't necessarily the one I was looking for.
I mean, that's the right one.
I guess. I was looking for the one that was like do 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 do.
Oh. What's
That's-
that one from? That's not
that's-
from Reading
no.
Rainbow.
No, that's something else. But hey, the more you know. Crocodile shit is a spermicide. So if you ever run out of condoms,
I have a backup plan now.
You-
That's
yeah.
good to know.
yes, you do.
Ladies.
Yes, you do. But if you're like Treyshawn, he's not gonna stick his dick in there. I'm just saying, it's not happening.
Shout out.
Speaking of Treyshawn, though, I'm gonna put this on the podcast because I'm pissed about it.
Anti-shout out.
Yeah, talking about how another podcast, which I'm not gonna say because it just pisses me off even more.
I'll say it. I love it. It's Harmontown.
You're a dick. You're a straight fucking dick. He likes that fucking podcast.
The show that must not be
It's his
named.
new fucking favorite podcast, and I'm mad because my podcast should be his favorite.
Do you like Rick and Morty?
I do like Rick and Morty.
Then shut up.
Wouldn't that be really bad though if like I got upset after that, after all the shit I put you through?
Or just the shit I've said otherwise. Like I called you Hitler Youth in an episode.
That didn't
That's-
cross the line, but this one did.
He's fine with being Hitler Youth.
Every time you tell me that, I forget that you called me that.
It's my favorite thing to keep bringing back up. It's becoming canon in the show now.
Dude, me and Bert Kreischer are gonna be like the
The
most
fattest, most racist comedians
except
in the
I'm
world.
not fat.
Now you are.
Nah. Bert's fat, but I'm
Bert
not.
is fat. Do you know what we're talking about with that?
No.
Nah,
No.
she doesn't watch Your Mom's House.
Or I mean, just even follow Bert Kreischer. His Twitter for like a good 2 years was
Do
nothing
you know
but
who
people.
Bert?
I know who he is.
Okay,
I don't know.
okay. Good.
For a good
Yeah.
2 years, his Twitter was nothing but people fat shaming him because his friend Tom Segura, they were in a weight loss challenge together, and it just started by him saying Bert is fat, and then he would get clips sent in from like Chinese classrooms of like little 8-year-old Chinese kids learning English,
Oh my
and the teacher's
God.
like Bert is fat, and then the whole classroom Bert is fat.
Bart Kreischer. He's fat. He's
That's great motivation and also like a good friend and a bad friend at the same time.
It's beautiful.
No, it was all in good fun.
That's what I mean.
All in
Like
good
that's
fun.
like
But he
you
still
need that kind of motivation.
he
sometimes.
still deals with shit like to this day of people like trying to like defend him and being like, oh, Tom and Christina are fucking assholes. Like they're calling him like fat and racist and like he's not racist. Like they try and defend him and Bert's like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like
Burnt Griesler is the fattest, most racist comedian.
yeah, and he's like, I've never said a racist joke in my act ever. So he's like, I don't know why you people would think that you need to fucking defend me. It's hilarious. I think it was because I finally watched that episode of Your Mom's House
Yeah.
with Bert and them like laughing about it, and then them putting Bert into like fucking Hitler like videos, and
He'll
he's
like deep fake his face onto Hitler.
he's like literally photoshopped into these videos, and they're like, "Oh, there's Hitler, and look, there's Bert."
That's horrible.
They got clips of white people screaming racist shit, and they're like, "Oh, that's part of Bert's new act." It's from his new special.
Oh my god, Bert, you fucking fat racist motherfucker.
Yeah, so screw you, Treyshawn. You should be listening to Your Mom's House.
Yeah. No. He should be listening to us. He should be listening to us. The fuck, man.
I'm a good salesman.
I'm so offended. So offended.
Don't be.
End episode.
Right.
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 And that's when they stop doing this.
Treyshawn, you were the cause of us quitting Blue Skies from the Basement.
We got through the mailbag. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then just gave up.
Whew.
There goes all the steam.
Right. Right. All right. I'm tired now. I need a nap.
I needed a nap before we started.
Nobody cares.
Are there nap pods here? I was promised nap pods. Like Google, the nap pods that you can just go into.
Ooh.
Those are
Little
really
eggs.
neat, but also feel really dystopian in a way.
They
Okay.
remind me of Men in Black.
First of all,
Oh,
I just want to
yeah.
ask you one simple question. Where the fuck in this apartment do you think I put a nap pod?
Right next to your
I was
float
just
tank.
promised a nap pod. That's all
Right
I
next
know.
to my float tank.
Yeah.
How did you know?
You've got the space. Press M.
Press M?
M, yeah. Thank you.
He's
Oh,
marking
okay.
it.
Oh, it's a little late though. But
It's
you'll
okay.
fu-
I'll know
you'll
where it's
fucking-
at.
Okay, so every time I burp, you just want me to press M.
Yeah.
Oh.
If it was me, I'd press M at random times just
to fuck with him?
Don't be a dick.
You should
Be
have told
glad
me
the
that.
keyboard's over there
You
because I'd be
You should have told me that later.
Trying to figure out whose side you're on.
my own.
I was gonna say nobody's side. You know what's really funny though? Like we do this podcast together, like me and you. You know, every episode it's me and you, Wes.
Yeah.
But I don't think that me and you are together. I think we are like our own separate people and on our own separate sides, and we both play like the devil's advocate. And then we bring somebody else into it, and then they feel the same way. So they're like, I have to be my own person. Like I gotta protect my own ass. Like I'm not friends with either of you two, okay? I'm just here as my own person. Like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, you're right. Now that I'm thinking about it, you're pretty anti-climate change. You think the Earth is flat, and you're pro-Trump, and I'm the opposite of all those things. So you're right.
First of all, the earth is flat and hollow, okay? Get it fucking right.
It's a
all
funnel
right?
cake.
And everything that has happened with our country is Obama's fault. Video games cause violence, and also the transgender community is also what causes violence and mass shootings.
Those assholes.
Huh?
Those assholes.
Right.
Last time I wanted to speak up so bad on that. Like, it just makes no sense. Like, you know what? Worms are the reason we are this way.
Obama's
Because
putting chemicals in the
worms-
water that's turning the frogs gay.
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
Basically.
Mhm.
Basically, it's the easiest way to say it. Yeah. Trust me. I get it. Okay? I understand it. All right, Wes doesn't get it, and I try to tell him, you know. I try and get
Yeah, I'm woke on all those things except for the video game violence part.
Little thick-headed over there.
God damn it.
Ooh, buddy. Don't get me started, man. You know how this goes.
I mean, I do know how it goes. And if we're getting started, do we just want to go full blown there?
Yeah, we might as well.
Let's do it.
Oh, all right. So there's more Epstein facts, and I've had time to cool down on it. Have you guys been following it at all?
Yeah, Bill Clinton did it.
Little bit. I'm kind of the same way. It pisses me off.
It's hard to follow. It's one of those things that you read 5 minutes of, and you're like, oh, I'm done with that. I need a
So-
shower. That was a drawn out one. Like you made me
Yeah,
wait.
I don't know why. It was shitty. Here, let me just
Such
take
a-
a big chug of beer.
Such a tease.
I'm the tease.
All right, no, you're right. Sorry, I
Yeah.
take that back.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
Try the fuck again.
What? I'm reading an article.
I'm gonna masturbate to that later.
For the listeners, nothing
Hit
happened.
M.
M for masturbate. You touch the G right after that. This is super inappropriate to lead into talking about Epstein.
I'm a guy. I don't know where the G spot
Moving
is.
on.
Oh God.
Okay.
It's in your asshole, right?
The male one is. I mean, technically, that's what they call it, the male G spot.
Well, yeah.
Can we just get to the story?
I don't know. Have you ever stuck your finger up your butt when you masturbate?
We've talked about this. Have you?
What do you think?
I mean, we've talked about this.
We don't need to clarify. We already know.
Oh God. Okay. Epstein shit. I'm sorry. I'm getting hot over here.
I'm sweating.
This is a really good first episode for me. You're popping my cherry really well, let me just say.
Please don't.
I'm gonna have pit stains when I leave here. This is a nice shirt, you guys. All right, butt stuff is fun. Let's get that out of the way.
Why'd you have to say Bobby?
It's my first time.
She's not wrong.
Oh, I had to take my pants off.
Like we need to have a talk. God damn it! Let me get through a sentence.
Aunt K is not allowed on the podcast anymore.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna have to clip some of this laughing out because nobody's gonna listen to just the whole fucking episode.
Hit M.
Damn it! I just keep getting hotter and hotter.
Snot just came out of my nose. Hold on. I'm gonna go blow my nose.
Now let me move out of the way. Did you like chin yourself as you walked by too?
Okay, I'm okay.
I needed that. I needed that.
I'm good. I'm
Good
good.
giggles.
Okay, so back.
You can do it.
Ooh.
Oh, we're professionals.
Speaking of assholes and masturbation, Jeffrey Epstein.
That's not okay. I shouldn't have laughed at that.
Another good transition there.
Oh.
I'm crying.
This place is my temple, like the sex temple Epstein had on his island. That wasn't Susan, that was Austin. Just for listeners, that sounded exactly like past episodes of Susan interrupting. Are you okay over there?
I just choked on my spit.
Oh man. I'm not gonna make the joke that's there.
Just keep it going. Why the hell not?
Oh god.
We might make it to Epstein.
Oh.
Choking on your spit.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh god.
So, new facts have come out in the days since we last recorded and since the news broke of what happened with the apparent Epstein suicide. So, there's multiple conspiracies. We could just start with the original conviction back in 2005 when he was first arrested. And I think it was 2008, he was finally fully indicted and imprisoned, and it was for like 18 months total. And that was when Acosta was in charge of prosecuting him. And Acosta, up until very recently, was a higher up in Trump's administration. He was, I'm already regretting this.
I masturbated. I mean, pressed him.
Okay.
Anyways, Acosta.
Wipe all this stuff off me.
It's getting weird.
Yeah, so Acosta is the labor secretary, or was until he resigned recently because of all the hot water he's in because of what happened with the original indictment. So, he was given a non-prosecution agreement, and at the time they were calling it non-prosecution is different than like an outside of court settlement. It's where they're agreeing to just not pursue charges at all. But he still was prosecuted, so it's one of these weird cases where like we're gonna punish you, but the least amount we possibly can.
Yeah, because didn't he go to jail? But it was like he didn't really go to jail. He just like
6 days out of the 7-day week, he was allowed out of the cell for 12 hours at a time, and he was allowed to work in his own office. And so he was basically, it wasn't a jail sentence. It was work from home and be at jail for like the last 12 hours of every day. And then
why have him fucking in jail at all? He's got to do is fucking sleep there, basically.
So people were really mad at Acosta when all this happened because he was in charge of this. And so later when the journalist Julie Brown from Miami Herald, she's the journalist who pursued this ever since the first indictment after the 18-month period where he was finally released again. She's been pursuing this ever since then, and she's the whole reason that it blew back up. Like, this one journalist brought all this back up. So Acosta, when he was asked about it by journalists when this all came back up to the surface, he said that at the time, the reason that he didn't pursue it as hard as he should have was because somebody approached him and said that Epstein was somebody not to mess with, that he was an owned man, and that he was above his pay grade, and to let it go. And
my
then
God.
pretty much like a month after that, he resigned from the Secretary of Labor for the Trump administration. So it seems like because of all this, he just left office.
Yeah, because Epstein was like, yeah, motherfucker.
So the thing with Epstein, it might not have even been him. It could have been somebody that he works for. So one of the conspiracies is that like the Saudi Arabian government is using him as an asset, where he's a spy for the country, but he's not part of their organized like government spy agency. So they can put him over there and not and say that they don't have anybody.
Right.
Right. So he's just an asset, and they can say they're not spying on us when they are. So it could be Saudi Arabia or any other foreign government where, because he had so many ties with these incredibly rich and powerful people, even like the Sultan of Brunei or Prince Andrew, I want to say.
I don't know, man.
It's one of the princes of the royal family. And then obviously Trump and the Clintons and I want to say the West Virginia senator, Minnesota senator. So like just everybody. So part one, he could be a spy of this conspiracy. And then we get to the actual suicide. So the first few days after it happened, there wasn't very many details about how it happened. And it's come out since then that the guards that were supposed to be watching him after he was taken off of suicide watch. We don't know why he was taken off suicide watch.
After like a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that.
He was put on it after he was found with bruising around his neck. And he was found unconscious in his cell, or like partially conscious.
But this was when he had a cellmate too.
So, yeah, the details on that is that the cellmate was transferred out of his cell the day that happened. Hours before it happened, supposedly. That's what the paperwork says. But there's multiple instances of paperwork or, like, just the checklist of things and procedures that should be done to guard this prisoner weren't followed through properly. So the two guards that were assigned after he was taken off suicide watch after the first attempt, they were hired in contractors, basically. Like, they weren't the regular guards for that prison. And then they didn't watch him for basically a 3-hour period of time and went and supposedly took a nap. And then filed that they were watching him every 30 minutes. So, like, the trail of them supposedly, like, I checked in here, checked in here, checked in here. They did all that, but they weren't actually there. So they were supposed to be watching him and blatantly lied about it. And it was guards that weren't even guards that worked at that prison. So that seems incredibly suspicious on its own.
Right.
And then the cellmate that he was with was an ex-police officer who was in for murder and conspiracy charges. It was Nicholas Tartaglione or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's a former cop, and then you've got this high-profile sex trafficking pedophile in the same cell as this guy. And it's like, why the fuck would you do that?
No kidding.
And then so there's really no like way to tell if he was actually transferred out of the cell when they said he was, or if they left him in there and that's how he ended up dead. Then the other theory is that he was allowed to kill himself. So he's connected so many powerful people, and he has all this evidence. And there's factually proven that his island had cameras on it. So he'd have these people come to his island. He'd fly in these 14-year-old girls, and these rich guys would pay to have sex with these sex-trafficked women, basically, or young girls. And then he'd have that on secret camera. And then he would use that.
Use that against them.
And so he was supposedly a hedge fund manager, which normally you have all the receipts for. It's very public, the transaction history and all that. But you can't trace any of this guy's money. So if he is a hedge fund manager, it's like, where are the receipts? So the working theory is that all of his money is from bribing these incredibly rich people with secret footage of them performing these acts. Problem there is that after they arrested him, it took them 2 days to go raid his island. And there's rumors that he had a heads up the last time he was arrested and this time from local police that the police would be there in the morning. So there's even local police who were in his ring of people that kept him informed. And that's how, like, they didn't find hard drives in the first place they searched. They found all the cables and stuff where hard drives would be, but no hard drives. And then the third conspiracy is that he's alive and faked his death.
Always one. It's always an option.
Yeah. So the coroner's report has partially come out, and what's interesting about that is they're saying that one of the bones, 3 bones in his neck were broken, and one of the bones is consistent with a hanging, but only in 20% of hanging cases. 80% of the time, it's because they were murdered that bone would break. So it seems like he was attacked, just based on that. But the coroner is the same guy who worked on JFK and MLK. So also 2 giant government conspiracies that guy was also involved in.
Wait. We know that guy. We know the guy that can fill this out for us. Hang on, I'll call him.
Right.
He's the same guy that did for...
Basically, that's what it sounds like.
And then you've got William Barr, who we've talked about in the past, who's the attorney general now, who's the guy who basically stopped the Mueller report from actually doing anything to Trump, coming out and basically like saying that this is all terrible and that it needs to be pursued. But he's the same guy that's been in all these circles and around Trump at the same time. So it seems like he's also kind of like a plant in the administration to protect all of this information. So you can't trust a single one of these people who's working on the case because all their hands are dirty because of the money involved.
Yeah, that was like you were saying that pretty much what Epstein did was be like, hey, I've got this sex ring. You come over and do whatever the fuck you want to. So people would be like, oh, cool. And then they would like, after they were done, he would walk out with like, you know how like when you were in school and the teacher would walk in with like the TV on a roller, and that's how you knew you were like watching a movie for
Those
the
were
day.
the best days.
Yeah. So it was like that. Like Epstein, like after they were done, Epstein walked in with that TV on the roller and like showed them secret video
They're
of
like,
like,
yay, movie time!
yeah. And then their face drops to like, oh shit, he has video of me having sex with these 14-year-olds, and Epstein's like, sell me your estate, or I'm going to put this out there, or do this for me, or I'm going to put this out there. Like, I just got secret video of you, and you can't tell anybody about me doing this, or you doing this, or else I'm going to fucking put this out here.
Yeah.
Didn't you make the point before somebody said that he was owned? Like, not to say anything because he's owned?
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly it. He has all this dirt on people. He owns them, you know? So how many
Basically.
people does that put a target on his back then?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why the whole suicide, air quotes, baffles me, for real. I don't know if I necessarily believe it, because most of the time people don't want to die. Like, that's just not, especially somebody that was like that, like that's in power and shit like that. Now,
That's going to be a lot for him to have to give up that kind of power.
I mean,
Or it
when
could
you're-
be egotistical that he wanted to take it out on his own terms, too.
and this is a huge point too, that like he lost his power. Like before, he could do whatever the fuck he wanted to, and that ego just, that's went straight to his head. And so now he thinks that he's above everybody else. But then once he's in jail, he's like, oh fuck, now I'm not above anybody else. I don't have any of the shit that I had before. Even when I was in jail before, when they would
Right.
let me go out 6 out of the 7 fucking days and do whatever the fuck I wanted to.
But
you
still, you have you're still constrained there, though.
Yeah, so is it, him and his ego, and he was just like, fuck this, I'm just gonna end my life? I don't necessarily believe so. I
Mhm.
think that he was murdered because he was gonna out a bunch of influential people and a bunch of high in power people, and it was gonna disrupt everything that's been going on. And so they just decided the easiest way to make sure that none of this ever really gets out is get rid of him, because he's going to be the number one whistleblower.
Mhm.
If he talks, and it's over. But you can't talk if you're dead.
I think part of the reason he was in prison for as long as he was before this happened, too, because he's always been this cold, calculating guy where, like, if he thought that he was going to get away with it, he'd just keep doing what he was doing. And even after, the 18 months where he was allowed, like, work release with the crazy schedule, he was probably still doing the same shit and just getting away with it. So he's not the type of person to feel guilt or remorse about what he's done and then end his life. If he was going to do it, it's because he's terrified of the people who are coming after him. One of the conspiracies that I kind of agreed with, though, was that, like, he was in prison, and they just waited until the FBI raided the island, raided his multiple properties, and didn't find anything. They're like, well, all that shit's gone, so now we can get rid of him. I think maybe they had somebody go in and clean up all that stuff before the police or the feds got there.
Oh, I'd believe that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why isn't it like the moment that he gets arrested, they go and raid the shit?
That was a major question. I mean, that's part of the conspiracy. Is like, why did it take 2 days after you arrested him to go to his place and find these documents, these videos? Like, why would you wait at all? There's no answer.
Because I don't know how it works, and I'm not just like Law and Order SVU type of thing, but if they have a warrant to arrest him, wouldn't you think you would get the warrant for the same things in the same day and take care of all of that?
Yeah, you'd have a search and seizure same
Yeah,
day.
I mean, there's no way that you'd say, well, we're arresting you for this, but we're not going to get the warrant to search for the things we're arresting you for another 2 days.
Yeah.
I think that we could talk to plenty of drug dealers that are in jail right now and be like, every
How's this
time
work?
that they fucking had a warrant, they had a warrant to search my entire place right then and there when they fucking arrested me.
Right.
That's why they came through my fucking house.
It's basically assumed if you're being arrested that you're going to be searched entirely anyway.
I mean,
Where'd they arrest
yeah.
him, though?
That's a good question. I'll have to look that up.
That may have to be, like, because I would think that makes no sense otherwise. You'd have to have them both in the same place.
You get that Google search. And I have one more little detail that came out yesterday or the day before. And by the time this comes out, this will all be old news, but I just kind of want to keep everybody updated who hasn't been following it, because this is crazy thing going on. Like, for people who enjoy conspiracies like me, like, this is, like, the biggest thing that's ever happened in that space, because it proves that, like, even if going after the conspiracies in the wrong way doesn't mean that there's not a conspiracy. Like,
Right. Well, and even if you don't really care for conspiracies, how the hell do you explain this one?
yeah.
Like, it's just a good conversation regardless.
So somebody who used to work for him, he's a former MMA fighter, was interviewed back in 2005 by one of the journalists pursuing the case, or around like 2005 to 2008 in that time. And he said things about Epstein like, yeah, I've seen young girls around. Yeah, I've seen these people at this property. Yeah, I've seen these businessmen with these young girls. And he talked about Epstein as if he was scared of him. So then he gets arrested again, and the suicide happens. And the journalist who talked to this guy who used to work for Epstein called him. And this guy wasn't answering any other person, but because they had prior contact, he trusted this journalist. He answered the phone for this one journalist. And here's just a little snippet of like the 20-minute conversation they had, where it was like really tense back and forth, where you could tell that this guy was terrified. So this is the reporter talking. One thing you told me, for instance, one thing you told me is he got a heads up when the authorities were going to come to his house the night before. Listen, what you say is between you and me. And then reporter again. You told me he would get phone calls the night before, and 8 o'clock the police are going to come. He would get a heads up from local police. Silence. Long pause here. You told me that, Igor. You want me to read the quote? And then he goes, well, you can read whatever you want right now. You can put yourself in big trouble. And that's the end of the little snippet there. But it's just the guy alluding to, like, don't follow this because you're going to get killed, basically. Like, this is dangerous stuff you're trying to get out of me. And he kept denying everything he said from that first interview. It's like, nope, didn't say that. And just
Not
dodged.
only does he not want to talk about it, he doesn't want other people to dig into it either, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, it's more than just don't come to me. It's like, stop what you're
just-
doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
On July 6, 2019, Epstein was arrested at Teterboro Airport in New Jersey on sex trafficking charges.
New Jersey.
Wait a
According
minute, at the airport?
yeah.
Where was he
According,
going?
according to witnesses and sources on the day of his arrest, about a dozen FBI agents forced to open the door to his Manhattan townhouse, the Hubert N. Strauss house, with search warrants.
That's the place where they found the cables, but not the hard drives.
The search of this townhouse turned up evidence of sex trafficking and also found hundreds and perhaps thousands of sexually suggestive photographs of fully or partially nude females. Some of the photos were confirmed of those underage females. In a locked safe, compact discs were found with handwritten labels including the descriptions. They were also found in the safe $70,000 in cash,
And a fake passport, too.
48 diamonds, and a fraudulent Australian passport which expired in 1987 and had Epstein's photo but another name. The passport had numerous entrance and exit stamps, including entrance stamps that showed the use of the passport to enter France, Spain, the United Kingdom, and Saudi Arabia in the 1980s. The passport showed his place of residence as Saudi Arabia. According to his attorneys, Epstein had been advised to acquire the passport because, as an affluent member of the Jewish faith, he was prone to kidnappings whilst traveling abroad.
That excuse. Oh, that excuse. It's just insidious enough to be believable. And this just proves what a fucking monster the people working for this guy was. Like, his attorneys are like, yeah, he needed it because he was a Jew, not because he's a fucking pedophile.
That makes fraud okay. You know, especially when you're that rich, you can't go through the proper channels. You got to do fraud and have a completely false passport
Like,
with a different name.
don't get security or anything like that. Just fucking
Yeah. Just make a
go
whole brand
completely
new one.
illegal and
Yeah.
just fucking don't follow any laws anywhere.
And use that to all those other countries that really aren't that anti-Semitic.
Oh yeah, I
All
mean
the ones that
France,
you listed, I'm not
Spain,
really sure
United
if you-
Kingdom, like this is all in the 1980s too.
I mean,
Like
maybe Saudi Arabia, but that's like where most of the rumors of him working for the Saudi Arabian government are coming from. So that point's moot if that's the case.
But I mean, even majority of them wouldn't be for a fear kind of thing.
Yeah,
yeah, I
Use your
agree.
Regular passport.
it's all complete bullshit. And the fact that, I mean, on your point, that just because he's this rich and this connected, that they just continuously let him get away with this type of thing. And we're finally at the point where, like, we got him. He was going to get 50 years in prison, probably have to serve the rest of his life in there. And then all this happens. It smells so bad.
On July 23rd, Epstein was found injured and semi-conscious at 1:30 a.m. on the floor of his cell with marks around his neck that were suspected to be the result of either a suicide attempt or an assault. His cellmate, former New York City police officer Nicholas
Tartaglione.
Tartaglione, who is charged with 4 counts of murder, was questioned about Epstein's condition. He denied knowledge of what happened. Epstein himself said he recollected nothing. According to NBC News, 2 sources said that Epstein might have tried to hang himself. A third said that injuries were not serious and could have been staged, while a fourth source said that the assault by his cellmate had not been ruled out.
Can I just say too, though, even if, you know, he was a bad cop, whatever, all the murder, I mean, that just screams rage. But most police officers I know will literally strangle any pedophile, anything with their bare hands. So if this guy's trafficking young women, let's see if that guy had a young child or a young niece or something like that. Well, no wonder he's going to freaking attack him. Why would you put the two of them in a cell together?
That's something I've been thinking about a lot, and maybe
Like-
that's why he was. Maybe he did attack the guy. They covered up, transferred him out of the cell, and they're like, "We
To
can't
make it
kill him
look
yet."
like a suicide attempt so
Yeah.
they can put him on suicide watch to make sure. I mean, that's really conspiracy, but you're making all of these dominoes line up in a row.
Yeah, I think somebody might have just stood outside of his cell that day and told him, "I'm not gonna come in here, but you know what you have to do," and that was it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Something that was also kind of talked about that I had said before in the last episode, that they said that the cameras malfunctioned,
Mhm.
and that's not
Of
true.
course.
They actually did not say, like, that's kind of one of the things that sucks about all this shit becoming like a conspiracy, is that, you know, it kind of trickles down to everything. And I had saw that, but that's not true. The cameras did not malfunction. We just have not seen the footage yet.
A lot of that
Okay.
came from a single tweet, which also highlights the problem with modern technology and the way we use social media is that you can just spread non-truths very quickly and people just pick up on it like it's true. So somebody tweeted like there was an incel facing camera on the door, which is, as far as we know, not true at this point. But that just came from one person and then got retweeted.
But if you have a dude on fucking suicide watch,
I think, don't they usually, or I don't
have a
know.
camera on it, I would assume
I
so.
would think so. That it would.
I would hope so. Fuck. I mean, if you like, that's like covering your ass 101.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if you have a dude in his jail cell and he's on fucking suicide watch, you think that you would put a camera on him. That way, if he
At all
does hang
times.
himself, nobody would come after you and be like, you killed him,
Mm-hmm.
you know, just to get him off your hands. Like, no, this dude figured out a way to actually kill himself.
Right.
Like,
That's where this is confusing because I've heard both sides where like you'd think, yeah, there'd be a camera in there, but I've also heard arguments that that's some sort of like first or like some sort of rights violation where
Is
to
that
have a
HIPAA or something?
you're
I
in
don't know how that
fucking
works.
jail.
Yeah, well, but with, I don't know.
yeah.
You're in fucking jail. You're in fucking prison.
That's
Does
the
HIPAA
problem.
still apply with
Fuck
that, though?
off.
I don't know. That's
Like,
Fuck off. You
I
lost
can't-
your rights by breaking the fucking law. Get out of here.
you don't lose
I
your
don't
rights
know.
completely.
I was gonna say, like, if my brother is in jail and I call to ask about if he's on insulin or something, they're not gonna tell me that. Like, HIPAA laws, I think, do prevent that.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that. Yeah.
I mean, as basic as that is, so if you put mental health into that, that could be this. I mean, you bring up a good point.
yeah,
You-
but we're not. Okay, but it.
the point is, everybody's going to get sued regardless. So they're whatever way they choose to cover their ass, whether it's HIPAA or whether it's putting the camera on the inside.
I could put the camera on the inside, but I can't release that footage
That's
unless
true.
something happens.
Right.
I'm just putting that in there so if something does happen, then I have proof of what happened. Because now I'm gonna fucking sue you because you weren't fucking watching him properly.
Right.
Now he was able to kill himself in your cell.
You
when
tell me
you
you
were
already knew this and then didn't.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
were supposed to be watching him and your guards were supposed to be watching him and now he's fucking dead. So now I'm going to fucking sue you because he's dead.
Mm.
And he shouldn't have died. He shouldn't have. I know everybody wanted him to fucking die and I wanted him to die too. He deserves to fucking rot in hell, but we needed him alive
For,
for
at least
multiple
a little bit longer.
for
yeah.
multiple reasons.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks about this
Sucks.
shit. Is that and now we're all sitting here talking about this fucking conspiracy and shit, but what's really gonna end up happening? It's gonna get swept underneath the fucking rug.
It's only being talked about now because it's popular news. And then, all these girls that went, not to be sappy, but all these girls that have gone through this, they get nothing because it's all about the conspiracy theory or it's all about the fact that he's dead now, not about what he did.
I mean,
Yeah. Not a lot of the conversation is focused on the victims right now.
that was my point with
Sucks.
the last episode and what I said, where I hope that all of the victims of this get compensated for their pain and at least get something. Like his, eight,
Regardless of how he died, maybe they get closure.
in
Maybe that's a positive.
1998 when he bought that mansion or then in that island for $8 million, and then what the fuck that's worth now. They should sell that fucking island, and then all of that money that goes that they sold that island for should go towards the victims and also to charities and that reach out to other people that have been victims of sex trafficking and shit like that, and also to the research of finding more sex traffickers and getting them off the fucking market.
So it doesn't continue to happen.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
is that going to happen? Doubt
No,
it.
because then everybody's going to come out of the woodwork and say they were a victim too, and you get to.
Not
I mean,
necessarily.
I feel like when there's that much money involved,
It's up.
I mean,
yeah,
I
but
mean,
we're not
not to
before
go the instant
It's not
opposite.
like I'm telling them about giving one person $8 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's important to highlight with the mansion on the island is that was Wexler or whatever the
I think you were-
former
yeah.
like founder of Victoria's Secret. That was his mansion, and Epstein signed the mansion over to himself.
Really?
And the speculation there is that was as like bribe or what's the word I'm looking for? Just like
Are you talking about Les Wexner out of New Albany
yeah,
that owns like Limited and all that?
possibly.
That's
He's the
crazy.
former founder of Victoria's Secret is how I know who he is.
I'm curious because Les Wexner, yeah, that's New Albany. Like,
Yeah, I
Limited
didn't
and
know all that. Anyway, so the conspiracy there, or at least like the information we have at the time, is that Epstein signed that mansion over to himself as collateral for having the information on Wexler.
Damn.
And yeah,
Roy Larson Raymond
Okay.
was an American businessman who founded the Victoria's Secret lingerie.
oh, I had the
retail
name
store.
completely wrong. Why was I thinking Wexler?
Well, I mean, I know
Um,
he owns like Limited and
yeah.
all that there.
Les
Victoria's
Wexner is a
Secret.
billionaire American businessman and the founder and CEO of the L Brands.
Okay, so he's implicated as well, and I just had the brand wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know that name was surrounding Epstein news.
That's crazy. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
So kind of like the thing there where we were talking about like the accusers and people coming out of the woodwork. It's up to 62 now that are formally a part of this.
And I'm not making anything that's saying like no. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that wouldn't come, quote unquote, out of the woodwork that deserve to. But
Yeah.
I feel like just devil's advocate. That's the other side of when you
There's
put money involved. That's what's going to come up,
There's always shitty people on any side of any situation.
right?
Basically.
Or
yeah.
if we're talking conspiracy, how many people are you going to hire to say that it was that to muffle things under or say it wasn't that bad?
I mean,
or-
that was like what we were talking about with the guy that was supposedly or that used to work for some government agency or something like that, and then they talking about aliens, and they sent like an actual like CIA agent or something to him, and that was giving him somewhat straight information, and some of the information was false, just to make him seem like he was crazy.
His name's on the tip of my tongue, but yeah, it was professional government hired misinformation agents meant to infiltrate a group and make people think that they were right, but really from the outside make them seem crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I feel is the same thing that's gonna happen. And what's his name? Edward Snowden. His greatest fear about what he was going to release, it was that it was all gonna get just kind of forgotten about and swept under the rug, and that's exactly what happened. And that's my greatest fear about all this shit too.
Next week it'll be whatever's popular next week.
Whatever the fuck Trump says on Twitter next, that's gonna be the main headline.
Yeah, and everybody's gonna forget about, cause he's dead now, and everybody's just gonna be like, okay, well, what can we do? No, we can look farther and farther and farther into this. We need to keep fucking beating the nail on the head.
I mean,
what was the last? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You're okay. I was just gonna say the good news here is that they are pursuing the estate. They're gonna go after the estate and try to give the victims money from the Epsteins, and they are continuing the case despite his death.
Good.
So. I mean, in whatever function they can without being able to prosecute a dead guy, they're still going to go after the assets.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. At least there's some sort of fucking upside.
It'll be interesting to see how it all ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only hope the best, but I mean, the way these things tend to go is even if it's just you boil it down or blame it on just the bureaucracy and paperwork and just the number of people involved, it almost never works out. Like the Equifax shit. Where like everybody was gonna get $150 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then now it's like because so many people claimed it and because the settlement was only for like $3 million or $30 million or whatever the fuck it was, that everybody's gonna get like 2 cents. Oh, you didn't hear about this?
God fucking damn it.
So everybody thought we were going to get our settlement because Equifax sold our identity to hackers, basically. I mean, that's not exactly what happened, but that's pretty much what happened.
But if they knew what the number of people it was and how many people were going to actually be able to fucking get that shit, then they should have...
They should have settled for an actual amount that would have been beneficial.
That would have been beneficial. Yeah, exactly.
So same thing here. I think something's going to happen, but to the extent of how good the outcome's going to be, it's like, well, that's just the government.
Dude, if I get a fucking check for 2 cents in the mail, I'm going to fucking... Somebody's...
You're gonna have to owe them postage.
Basically, yeah.
Equifax is making money off of this somehow.
Dude, I'm gonna be pissed as fuck, man. Oh my god.
It seems to be that's just how things work.
Why?
Well, that's a good question.
Why has all of this shit gotten to this way, man? It makes me so upset. It honestly does. I don't ever want to get like that. I don't ever want to be like that, man. Even if I own a fucking $1 billion company, and see that's the thing. I might own a $1 billion company, but it won't be like I'm making billions of dollars. I'll never make my paycheck that large ever in my entire life. It won't happen. I can't do it.
It would feel wrong.
Okay, first of all, if I'm like making my workers work for a certain wage and they don't get like any benefits or any fucking like vacation time or anything like that, because working for, a restaurant industry, like that's the shit that I do now, is I work for fucking, $15 an hour and fucking don't get any vacation time. I don't get any benefits. I mean, it's open enrollment, so like I could enroll in their benefits, but I have to work there for so long before I get those benefits. Like, and the people that are up at the top, they fucking took our labor down 2%. And I don't know if you know what that means, but that's a lot.
I was gonna say that's a big difference.
That's
for
a
the people
huge
who have to make
difference.
that up. Like,
Yeah, that's a huge difference, especially when like they did that for every store. It's not for like...
Hi, Amelia.
Right.
that was a good one.
Yeah, she's getting on the podcast. It's not like...
She's mad about labor.
Right. She should be. Because a lot of the people that work at our store are have been working there for years and get paid a decent amount, including myself. Now, if you go to other stores where it's people that have only been working there for a few months that make like $10 an hour, it's okay for them to cut 2% labor because it's not going to add up.
Right.
You know, it's easy for them to do that. But for us, it's not. So that means that there's days where managers have to pick up shifts that normally you would just pay a regular worker to work because they have to meet their labor.
Right.
Because they cut it down 2%. This shit's fucking ridiculous. I would never, ever do that. I don't care. If that means that I have to take a pay cut, I would do that 100%. There's no fucking way that I'm going to take away from my workers. You know, like, it's so much extra work that I have to do, you know, and that other employees that I work with have to do on top of the shit that we already have to do. And I'm struggling to fucking, I work paycheck to paycheck already, and I make a decent amount for what would be considered a restaurant worker.
Right.
That it should not be that way at all. And if I owned my own business, I would never be like that. I would, if I would give money back to my employees before I would fucking take a vacation.
Take that extra.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll make sure that I'm taken care of and that my family's taken care of for sure. I mean, I built this shit.
That's
like,
a
it's
reason,
my,
you're in
it's my
business,
company. I'm a businessman. I did this shit, but no, I'll never make sure. I will still make sure that my employees are taken care of in that way. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But I'm also a different person. Like,
Free blowjobs for everyone.
I'll suck you off myself. Fuck, man.
This is a tight,
Shit.
close work environment we got here.
Yeah, instead of paying somebody to come and suck you off, why don't I just suck you off myself? Okay, so
Cut out the middleman.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
Saturday suck days from Awesome.
Dude, I got you, man. I can suck multiple dicks at one time. Whatever, who cares?
Didn't we? That was we had a business plan for that for a while, didn't we? Where it was like,
Wait, what? No,
it was back when we were recording in the attic, and we were talking about how like we could have a glory hole set up next to us while we're recording, and just jerk dicks off while we're recording and get two things done at once, right?
All right, wait. Can I just make this really vulgar? Because if I'm a girl working for your company, how's this gonna work?
Are you okay with sucking dick?
No, the whole point is I'm an
Okay.
employee. I want to be taken care of, but I don't have a dick to be sucked. So is it gonna go both ways?
No. See, what he was saying was we're not getting our dick sucked.
Oh, but
I'm,
the employees,
I'm
right?
jacking off and sucking off a dick while I'm doing the podcast. Okay, so I'm
No,
doing,
but from your point earlier, where you're the employer, and
Yeah.
it's free
So
blowjobs
me as
for everyone.
the employee,
Yeah.
I want to know how I'm gonna be taken care of as a girl.
oh well, I mean this basically the same way.
All right,
I
just
mean,
making sure it's equal.
I'm still gonna give
We
you
gotta have equal pay.
like I'd still give you like head as a woman. You
I
know, I'm
think
not
that
gonna suck your dick, but I'll eat you out or whatever. Like,
We're good.
sorry, I guess I should have. I should have.
I had to go there. Like, wait a
No,
minute.
no,
I
no.
may not work for your company if only the guys get sucked off.
No. Okay, sorry. I should have kept it more of a general term and been like, I'll give you head, regardless of whether you're a male or female. You know.
Well, that
like,
was
it
my
does-
fault. But what would your company be called?
like in what sense?
I
Of,
don't know.
like,
Just come up with a name real quick.
like doing the podcast and sucking dick and sucking clit at the same time. Like
Incorporated.
Inc-
Here at Sucking Dick and Sucking Clit Incorporated.
Head
Head Inc. If you're a female, our company will surgically attach a working penis to you and then suck you off.
Now it feels equal.
We'll put it wherever you want. Doesn't
No,
have
I
to
was
be
gonna say I'll
anatomically
take.
correct.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll take the money towards that for so many other things.
Do you want me to eat you out, or do you just want the money? Do you want me to suck your dick, or do you just want the money?
That's a tough decision.
I want the nap pod and the orgasm. That's what all I want.
I mean, I can get that for you.
All right,
Okay,
all
see,
right.
that's
It'll
what
be
I'm
good
trying to
company.
make sure that everybody gets taken care of. You know, like on a personal basis. Like that's my goal.
It's a good business plan.
I don't ever want like
so far, so good.
a too big of a company to where I can't get down to a personal level with people, you know? And I mean, like, as far down to sucking your dick, okay?
You're a good boss.
Like, that's what I'm trying to be, okay?
Pays attention to the minor details.
There's people out there right now that are like, I will work for you for free as long as you suck my dick, okay?
I'd be in a
So,
much
like,
better mood.
I'm sure.
Everybody would be.
Trust me, I can suck some dick too, so, like, I'm sure you would, all right?
I'm watching her face.
No, don't pay attention to my wife right now, okay? She knows this is all just a joke, and I'm just being fucking funny.
But when that happens, I mean, I will put it in a resume. Just saying.
Heard. I'll hire you, but I'm not gonna be the one to.
Oh no,
Dude.
you can hire that shit out. But I mean, if that's
Okay,
in the
cool.
business plan, then I'm down for that.
Okay, cool.
The
yeah.
nap pod and the orgasm. I'm
No, I
good.
got you. I got you. You don't have to put a resume in. Just tell me you want to be hired.
All right.
Your family. I'll take care of you.
This brings up a kind of an interesting, like, I've never thought about this before, but we need a better word than, like...
Oh, you've never thought about this before.
Well, I'm a man.
This hasn't crossed your mind.
Well, no, this specifically has never once crossed my... I've never thought of creating an entire business off the sole idea of sucking everybody off. Never once been like, that's a good business plan.
No, that's just the incentive that keeps your employees happy. It's like the business model.
Oh. They already do that. She's right.
What? Who? Wait, who?
You're basically, you're hoeing people. It's a prostituting agency.
You're a pimp.
No.
But you're the...
No, because they work for me. Like, these people work for me, and, like, they'll make T-shirts.
Oh, it's
and
reverse prostituting.
They'll,
Got
like,
it.
edit our podcast and stuff like that, but then I'll also make sure that you get sucked off by people of legal age, first of all. I'm not Epstein, all right? We're not going underage. That's not happening. Okay?
We are borderlining though, like something very dangerous. Like, do we have ones we can pick from? Is this like a sperm bank where it's like, oh well, he's
Yeah, this doesn't
from
feel
this
woke.
descent. You know, I'm feeling a girl today. No,
Can I get an Indian?
Okay, but if these are consenting people,
that's what I mean.
that would also be... Well, yeah, I'm not just going to
It'd be
force
fun.
people to do this shit. Yeah, I'm going to have to find, people, men or women of different races, ethnicities, religions, whatever the fuck, Like, if you want a nun to suck you off and she's cool with it because I can pay her and she's fully consenting, then why the fuck
Because
not?
a real nun is so much better than somebody dressed up as a nun. Because you can tell the difference.
Exactly.
All
You're
right.
the Baskin Robbins of blowjobs.
Dude, I'm telling you.
31 flavors.
You know what? You're going to look back on this moment in like 20 years from now and be like, Austin, you're a fucking genius.
You know
okay?
what? I have a real question though.
What's that?
How do you discipline the employees that take advantage?
How can you take advantage?
You don't get any work done because you're just getting off all day. Like, I want that one, I want that one. So how do you discipline that? You're going to have people that are
because
going
you have to
take
get the work done in order to get the incentive. It's an incentive.
Okay.
You have to do the work before you can get, what a blowjob or get your head or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
So we do need
Long walk on the beach.
Sure. If that's what you're into. I mean, fuck.
We need a different word for female head. Like, because blowjob is just so colloquial, but like cunnilingus or like eat you out isn't like, that's not a one word phrase for what that is.
I mean,
I just always called it head. I mean,
Yeah, that works for both.
same blowjob
Yeah.
is more
Yeah.
work than saying head, but
It is. Okay, so I'm the problem here. Got it.
oh no, I didn't. If you got a better word for it, I'm all ears.
I can't think of anything. No, you're right. It's fine.
We're done.
Okay.
No more.
Listen, I'm just trying to tell you guys I've got this amazing business idea, and I think that you guys should be a part of it, and you should jump on it with me.
Am I gonna be a blowy
Jump
or a
on it with
blower?
you.
I think you're good.
Jump on it.
Choice words.
You're good
Choice
at that.
words.
I pick up the little things.
Yeah.
Not witty myself, but I can catch them.
You would definitely be a blowy.
Okay.
No, you'd be a blower.
I'd be your personal blower.
Yes. Oh yeah. No. No.
You know,
We're not getting into this.
I was gonna say, could you get incentive as an employee if you also wanted to be a blower? So
I'll
you
pay you extra.
See, you get extra. This could
I'll
be
pay you
great.
extra. You're like, oh, instead of taking my lunch break, I'll go suck off this other employee.
I'll take care of Bob and skip lunch. We're good.
I mean, shit.
All right, guys, email us for a business opportunity. We're gonna set up a separate email for people who want to be blowers and one for people who want to be blowies.
I'm not sure if Kay will get invited back for this one.
We're gonna make so much money,
Dude, I'm telling you. I'm going to be like Butters.
We're gonna be like Epstein rich.
You want to make some extra money, bitch?
I take care of my bitch.
Everybody has a bottom bitch.
You've been giving them blowjobs for free, motherfucker. I can make you some real goddamn money. You trying to make some real motherfucking money?
That's all right. I got McDonald's money over here.
Dollar menu.
Dollar menu, McDonald's money.
I'm gonna keep punching the mic all episode.
I don't know why you keep doing that.
I'm really bad
It's
about
like
it
the
lately.
5th time you've done that.
I'm sorry.
You know what? Just because you did that,
Dude, people
Yeah.
hate that.
well, people hate it when you punch the microphone too.
Yeah, but I'm not purposely doing it.
Are you?
Am I self-sabotaging? Are you my therapist again?
Basically, yeah. I mean, you come over here to my house once a week to come and talk to me on recording. So basically, I am your therapist.
Hey, well, we already talked about this. That's HIPAA. Do they record you? My therapist never recorded me.
Technically, you can't release this if it is HIPAA.
You're so many violations right now.
I don't have an actual license to be a therapist.
He's lying.
So
He's lying.
fuck you guys. Okay? I can release whatever the fuck I want to. I'm really mean to you. I'm sorry. Not.
I was happy there for a second, and you tore it away from me.
Nobody cares about your feelings.
That was necessary.
All right, I think this is a good time to take a break, y'all.
Okay.
Meow. Meow. Okay. Welcome back to Blue Skies from the Basement. My name is, I'll tell you right now who I am. So,
How many packs a day do you smoke, Austin?
I smoke about 3 packs a day.
And how long have you been doing that for?
I've been smoking that for about 20 years now.
God,
Yeah.
so sad.
I mean, it's okay though. It's not really from the smoking cigarettes. It's more from the gagging on the cock. That's what's really been getting to me. That's what's been making my voice sound like this. Also, all the pills I've been doing over the days and snorting all the coke, it just
Stop with the nose noises.
Yeah, but it was going into the character, okay? It was a part of the character. People will get it. All right? Jesus. I don't know why you're so far up my booty hole all the time. Just kidding. I know why you're up there.
I'm glad you had an answer for that, because I was just like, what do I say here? Like,
That you like being up there. That's what you say, okay?
yes,
We are
and?
married.
And
You enjoy that.
what else did we talk about?
Oh, I don't remember. I was supposed to remember what
No,
we
that
were
was
talking
the
about.
look on Wes's face as he's
Oh.
like, and what else did we talk about?
You
It's my-
signed a contract.
You signed a contract,
Oh, wait, you're
actually.
right. Sorry.
Yeah. Stick that in your fucking juice box and suck it.
I'm glad the chains aren't around anymore.
I marked that one
was gonna say-
beforehand.
Press the M.
I marked that before I burped.
Thank you. That's going to help me out later.
All right. So we're going to get into huge left turn here and just go into a completely different subject from what we were talking about. Because we were talking about a whole bunch of crazy shit beforehand. And I do think that it would be cool that if we just talk about something completely like unrelated to everything that we've been talking about recently. And that Kay, that you have brought up to me the other day when you were over here. And I think that it is kind of a good subject to talk about that we could get, some good points on. So what is that subject that you would like to talk about?
It is super important.
Oh, I agree actually. I think that it could potentially happen.
It could. And you know what? If you're not prepared for it, that's exactly what we're going to get into. What would you do during a zombie apocalypse?
All right, so me and her have kind of talked about this a little bit. So Wes, I want to know what would okay, let's say maybe not like a viral
I would see this is what I have a lot of questions before I give any answers.
I was going to say, start the questions. I kind of like that better. You could go any route with it.
Okay, so let's say that it's a like the kind of basic where like you have to be bitten in order for the infection to go into your body or
okay.
whatever, almost like a vampire, sort of thing.
Fast or slow zombies?
I don't know. Kay, what do you think?
I don't know. Realistically, they'd have to get slower over time.
So
So we're
initially
going, like,
Creepy
fast.
ones are fast, but
so we're
like,
going like The Walking Dead.
I-
Like,
I think that's why I like that show, is because initially you got to think people would have better muscle structure, things like that. They're going to be quicker than.
but as time goes on, they decay.
Yeah.
So let's
So
go
we're
off
going
of-
classical zombie with realistic like biology and physics to how everything would operate.
Super
Yeah.
realistic zombie
it's-
apocalypse
Okay,
is what we're going
okay.
with.
It's not an airborne virus either, so you're not gonna get it just from breathing in
Contact
the
only.
ear. Yeah, contact only. Over time, shit, they get slower, sort of thing. So like, what would you do in this sense?
Small group or loner, and wait it out. You'd have to be the first to a lot of places, or already have been prepared for this. So stockpile water, non-perishable foods, as quickly as possible, or already have that done in a perfect world, and then find a secluded place and defend it. That's what you would probably have to do, and maybe 2 or 3 people max that you trust. I wouldn't go bigger than a 4-person group.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Am I in that group?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It'd
Shit.
have to be people
At
that
first, before it gets narrowed down to 4.
you're too skinny to eat, so you're there for
See,
that.
This is what makes me feel good about a zombie apocalypse, is that like nobody's gonna kill me for my meat.
Yeah.
You know, like
I'm fucked.
And your
not
metabolism's
even.
great, so like you don't eat a lot, so
This
you're
is-
not taking up resources.
That's true.
this is true.
Yeah.
And
You
fuck
are a
you, by
good
the
friend
way.
to have around.
Way to throw that shit in there. Throwing shade on me already.
I started it with because I trust you, but also the other things.
I mean, I feel it, yeah, but I don't know on the group thing. I don't know if I would keep it to such a small group. I would, because the more people that you can have in your group to help out, the better. I mean, yeah, you run the risk of like more people getting infected, but then you have the more people that can help protect your, land or your building, whatever you decide to protect. Like the more the merrier, basically.
Yeah.
Like if I've got 100 zombies coming at me and I've got 50 people, it's a 1-to-2 ratio. But if I've got 4 people and there's 100 zombies coming at me, like we're probably gonna be fucked at that point, especially if it's in the beginning of the apocalypse.
Yeah. If
So-
we're going full realistic, so I'd have to include my family, and that's 4 people already, me, my wife, and my 2 kids.
Right.
They're dead. They died the first day. They're worthless. My wife can't run. She naps all day.
No, you are worthless.
Good
I think
answer,
you are
Austin.
the one that's worthless. Okay.
No, they're dead.
No, you couldn't protect your family.
They
Is
had,
where
no,
I feel.
if I try to protect them, I'm dead too. They're dead.
So you're just gonna ditch on your family, bruh?
I'm not ditching. I'm explaining to them
He
they're
came
dead.
home to find them dead, is what he's saying.
No,
he
no,
came
no,
home
not
and
even
his-
that. I'm just
I'm
sitting
giving you
them.
the
I'm
benefit of
sitting
the
them
doubt.
down and telling them you're not gonna survive. I'm leaving. I'm not ditching. I'm giving you notice that I'm leaving because you're dead.
You can follow, but you're not gonna make it anyway.
They're
You're
worthless.
better. You're better than most family or most fathers, right there. Okay.
I wouldn't just walk out. I'm telling them. I mean, I have a scientific mind, so I'm gonna give them the statistics
like-
and the
Hey, I'm gonna go to the gas station and get some beer and some cigarettes, and then never come back. You're at least gonna be like, hey, you guys are a liability.
Here's the probability
And
that you're gonna get eaten the
you're-
second we step out the front door.
You're gonna end up dying, and if I try and protect you, I'm gonna end up dying. So I'm just gonna leave you now.
And then I go find 3 other athletes, and they're my group.
Do you consider me an athlete?
I was gonna say, wait, Austin, you're out. Sorry.
I mean, that's no. Trust me, no. See, that's why I asked that question, because
I'm not
I
an
am
athlete, but I'm
not an
not.
athlete by any means.
So I'm not picking children, pregnant women, or fatties.
You know what though? As long as you can outrun somebody, they're a good person to have in your group.
Yeah, but I'm keeping it to 4 people.
And that's
so-
why I don't know if I would have a big group. I agree with you, because you're going to have people that are going to end up shooting you to save themselves too. So you
Yeah.
got to have a compact group of people that you can trust.
yeah, but then I feel like if I have a big group, like you just got to be one of the strong ones.
in a life or
Until
death
somebody
scenario.
shoot you in the kneecap.
Yeah, in a life or death scenario where everybody's that pushed to the edge and the extreme, you can't trust that people aren't just gonna flip on you when it's beneficial to them.
Exactly. I don't
how-
trust people to begin with. So then you
how
put, like,
beneficial is it going to
apocalypse
be
in the
for you to
situation.
bust me in my kneecap in that moment compared to like over time, you know? Like if
Oh.
we're running away, like
Yeah, but if it was between that person and your family, you're gonna shoot somebody in the kneecap to protect who you gotta protect.
All
Same
it
that
takes
they're
is
doing.
you run out of a supply in your camp, and then somebody has to go out, and then you're in a situation where you might have to choose between that person and surviving.
okay, this is where I feel like I'm not going to survive cuz I'm too empathetic.
Me too.
I'm going to try and save everybody and then in return I'm going to end up killing myself.
That's what I fucking said.
Fuck.
See, you're better though. Me, I die protecting my dog. Like I know she's not gonna make it. She's a barker. I'm like, fuck, girl. Sorry, we're going down together.
Just get her a fucking muzzle. Buy a muzzle now, just in case if
Just
it
in
happens,
case.
you can throw it on her. You don't have to use it now, but like just in case,
Just
you
in
can just
case.
like put it on her real quick. Be like, the zombie apocalypse is happening. I'm sorry, but you gotta wear this.
Beneficial for both of our survival.
I'm gonna make friends with Jeff Bezos, and then he's gonna have Apocalypse Bunker, and I'm gonna be one of the people that gets invited.
I highly doubt that.
Nope, this is happening.
What the fuck do you have to offer to Jeff Bezos? He's gonna shoot you in the kneecap and be like, "Fuck this random podcaster."
Call back.
You know, like no, he doesn't give a fuck about your life
No, he doesn't.
because you
you're
don't
right.
have money.
No, I'm nothing.
basically.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad
Even
about
though-
myself. Nope,
even
it's
though-
okay. Depression's real.
Even though,
I know.
even though that
I'm a
in
meaningless
the
speck in an infinite universe.
but you were a part of the wave, man. You're a part of the wave.
Yeah.
That's why I love you.
Fucking hippie.
In an apocalypse,
It's
you'd be a
not-
bigger speck though, because there's less people.
It's not
Yeah.
about the destination. It's about the journey.
I like
okay?
that. I like that logic.
From now on, whenever I have a really depressing day, I'm just gonna think about the fact that, like, in an apocalypse, I'm gonna be more important.
The less people are, the more you matter.
Like the dude that's like on the My 600-Pound Life, like fuck that dude. He's gone. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna get
He's-
so much hate for this fucking
Who
episode.
cares? Okay. Who cares?
The one guy said fatty earlier.
No, but on a realistic, like you brought up metabolism, like we couldn't eat Austin because you're too skinny. I've got a little bit of meat on me. We could, like, could you eat a person to survive? Let's go there. Why the fuck not?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I could.
I'd eat my wife.
This is not for working for the company. This is in an apocalypse.
Fair.
So basically, like, instead of telling your wife or telling your family that you're leaving them, you're like, I'm just gonna kill you now.
I need extra
And eat
nutrition
so I can eat you.
at the beginning of this long journey I'm gonna make. All the extra protein's gonna help, and you guys aren't gonna fucking make it.
I don't know. I think it'd be more like a Zombieland kind of situation where, like, you could go to like you would find Walmarts and shit like that. Like even the Walmart that they go to in Zombieland, like he's just searching for Twinkies, but there's still tons and tons and tons
Goddamn
of food
Twinkies.
Yeah.
on the shelves. Like there's still a shit ton of food on the shelves in that like grocery store that they go to. And there's so many fucking Walmarts and Krogers and Targets and all that other
That's
shit.
where everybody's gonna go first, though.
I was
is
gonna say, would you
grocery
go there?
stores.
It's more populated. You're gonna have more zombies.
Yeah, but
you're gonna
people are
have more
fucking
chances.
stupid, okay? People are gonna go there and buy like or get not buy. Sorry,
It's literally the
'cause
plot of Dawn of the
they're,
Dead, though.
they're gonna get like
I have a heart. Can I have some Twinkies?
they're gonna get like bread and fucking frozen food, like you know Stouffer's lasagna. Shout out to Logan and you know whatever.
Mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, mozzarella sticks. Man, I would. You know what? See, that's where I'd be fucked too, because I'd go get some mozzarella sticks. Man, I love mozzarella sticks.
Fucking
Fuck, dude.
health-minded people that are getting yogurt, and it's gonna be bad in a day. It's
In a
like,
day,
what are you
dude.
doing?
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
People are eating canned foods. We're over here with mozzarella sticks on the fire, like
Trying to fucking
crisp
heat them up. Yeah, yeah. The cheese has
It's our
gone
last
bad.
chance.
It
It's
needs
already-
to be melty.
It's already thawed out. It's been thawed out for like a week.
That's
like,
how
it's,
how I would die.
It's already
Eating
yeah.
bad
You-
fucking
You would die from bad food.
bad mozzarella sticks.
Died from dysentery in the zombie apocalypse.
I feel like the Donner Party has nothing on us during the fucking apocalypse.
I want to go back to the eating people thing. What would you eat somebody? Did you answer that
Yeah,
already?
I mean, I definitely would if it came down to it, like for survival.
Okay. What part would you guys eat first? Like, what would be your choice cut of human meat?
I eat your dick first.
Damn it! I knew you were gonna say. Why did I bother to ask? What would you eat first?
You know what though? Like realistically, if you're about to die in a zombie apocalypse, how could you not have fun with that and be like, you know what?
Oh,
We're
yeah.
frying up the dick and balls first. That's
Okay,
what we're going with.
Look,
But
look. Hear my
when you're
point.
starving,
Hear my
not-
point here, okay? Because that's like the number one thing that you're like, I don't want to eat that. So why not eat that shit first? If you're like, oh, this is like the worst part of a human that I'm gonna want to eat, it's like your dick and your balls. You know, like why not get that out of the way, and then I can move to like
Get
your
the worst part out of the way.
Cause your thighs.
Yeah.
Your thighs is gonna be the second thing that I go for besides your dick and your balls.
I think
You know
butt
what?
meat would be good.
I mean,
It'd
yeah,
be like ham.
yeah,
ham.
basically.
I have a more fucked up way of thinking about this though, because in apocalypse, like you take one person and you do that. Like if you have a big group of people, they'll last a while. But if it's just a select few, like 4, you're not going to be able to store that any sort of way. So that's kind of a waste. Do you like sacrifice? Hey, you know what, guys? Today we're going to have my calf. Tomorrow, Austin, we're going to go for your thigh. Like what? How do you do that?
Mm.
You got a good point there.
That's
Yeah,
fucked up. But
feel
like
like
if
you-
we're going down this road, let's just.
Yeah, if you have a small group, you're not going to be able to pack out the meat to survive on.
And then you're just going to kill too many people. Like you're going to run out of people to eat. And then
Yeah.
you're just eating people to eat people.
In this
So-
scenario, are
so-
animals infected
Yeah,
too?
see, this is that's exactly where I was gonna go next. To like, is like, do like deer and all that other shit get infected too? To where like they don't even exist anymore.
That's a good
Like,
point.
do I have deer? Do I have squirrels?
We
do I
went
have
right to people.
raccoons?
we
we went
didn't
straight
even
to-
think
we
about
went-
venison.
We went straight to eating people. We
And
didn't
dude, I
think about
can-
squirrels.
Give me some of that long pig.
I can make some good deer, but we're gonna talk about hit the M.
What?
Hit the
I
M.
did. I
Alright.
did hit the M.
He's been doing it preemptively.
You don't
now.
have to tell me anymore, okay? The fact that he told me about that, I know to hit the M
Hey,
every single
Austin.
time.
Hit the M.
I thought I had one job.
Not anymore.
You're fired.
Yeah. Leave it to a fucking woman. Oh.
All right.
Damn it.
You know what your one job is? Make me a sandwich.
Oh.
Damn. This
I was gonna say we brought
episode.
up the KKK, Hitler, fucking now we're making sandwiches. This is just
Now
not a
making
good bad
sexist
episode.
jokes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No.
Quick, somebody say the N word.
My wife is over there shaking her head, okay? Nobody say the N-word, all right? Just nobody do that, please. Jesus Christ.
Another thing to add to the list of things Blue Skies from the Basement does not condone.
Listen, this is what I tell people. We're in the comedy section, so if you don't take this as a joke, then stop looking in the comedy section for podcasts, first of all. You're looking in the wrong place.
We're talking about eating people, if that's like really what offends.
Yeah.
I think we're okay.
Yeah, good point.
We're getting really in depth about eating
Good point.
It is crazy that people get mad at jokes rather than like the actual dark conversations that are going on at the same time. Like all the quote unquote controversial things we've said have just been in jest. But yeah, we're talking about eating people
Nobody focuses on that at all.
non-ironically.
They're like, this dude is sexist. He told her to go make him a sandwich.
After referencing Hitler Youth.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
And she's a member of the KKK.
This is a good fucking show, guys.
Sorry.
Oh God.
I
I
love
feel
this
like-
episode.
And dude, this has been amazing. This has been absolutely fun for me, honestly. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. If we're talking about eating people here,
Okay.
what about a woman though? Like, do you eat her vagina?
I mean, that seems like the hardest cut of meat to like. That just seems like a work. Because
Oh,
have you ever
no.
like
I'm doing it just
get-
for like
you
a
get the
sexual
breast-
reason.
you get the
buddy.
breast off the
there's
chicken?
so many jokes.
you get the breast off the chicken carcass, and then there's like the scoops on the inside, and then you could break the rib cage open and get some of the inside. But that's, I mean, just eat the chicken breast.
Good point. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
But see,
Say,
that's what
we're
I'm
just-
saying.
Officially, we're having hot dogs and roast beef sandwiches. It's getting weird.
Hot dogs and roast beef. It's a picnic.
My wife does like French dips.
French dip
Honestly,
sounds
like-
so dirty in this context. Like, holy shit. That's dirty.
We're having hot dogs and French dips, okay?
K's not allowed on anymore.
I think that we should have you on regularly,
A
okay?
French dip is a saucy sandwich.
It depends on where you get it from, because if you get it from my job, it's pretty fucking dry.
How do we turn sandwiches sexual?
That was me.
So, speaking of sandwiches,
And making them.
I can't wait to have Logan and Andrew back on.
Oh, yeah.
Because I seriously want to make that fucking sandwich for all of you guys.
You want to try a ramen noodle sandwich?
I'm concerned.
Okay, so I'll show you the Instagram post that I have, but I'll kind of explain it to you. You make ramen, but you
Fuck you guys.
dude, eat a dick, Wes, okay? Just eat a fucking dick, all right?
So many regrets
Might save
this
your life.
episode.
I mean, yeah. You know what? Eating that dick might save your life. So what you're gonna do is okay. So go ahead. You can scroll through that, but I'll tell you as you're scrolling
Oh
through.
my god,
So
Mindy told me about this.
You
Yes.
make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right?
She
And
made the same face I make
You-
every
Yes.
time.
I know.
It says don't judge me, but when Mindy told me about it, I did a little bit.
so you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You put it on a plate, right? And then you make
A good PB and J.
yeah, that's a good PB and J
That
right
is a
there.
good one,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, you see how it's fucking made. It's
Professional.
quality shit. All right. I work in a kitchen. I know how to make a PB and J.
You put the seasoning on too.
Make
So
PB&Js
okay, so
great again.
instead of leaving the broth in the ramen, you drain the water out and then you put the seasoning in the noodles, okay? And you stir that up and then you pour the noodles over top of the PB and J, and then you just eat that with like a fork.
So the
So you
noodles are not hard anymore, or like
No.
crunchy.
no.
It's gross
So
either
you,
way, but
you
I just wanted clarification.
have you fucking tried it? Don't knock it until you have fucking tried it, as I have told everybody else on this goddamn podcast that has given me fucking shit about it.
All right, official
Fucking-
verdict.
No, fucking
I would
try
eat a
it first.
person before I would eat this.
Fuck you, first of all, okay? You are going to fucking try this shit, okay? Take ramen noodles.
For the record, I don't like
You-
any
you
of my
boil-
food to mix, so this is absolutely terrifying.
It's an
to me.
abomination.
No,
That's
it's
why I would say I'd
fucking-
rather eat a person.
fucking delicious. I'm telling you, it's delicious, okay? I can eat that shit high or not, all right? I'll make that shit right now for you if you want. I've got the fucking ingredients to do
I'll
it.
take your word for it.
Okay?
I don't need a stomach
No,
ache.
you're not.
It smells
you're
really
not.
good. I bet.
It's delicious. If it smells good, then it is good, right?
I feel like it smells like peanut butter curry or something. You know?
Have you ever
like,
eaten-
like some weird Thai dish?
Put it this way. That's something I know she's picky, but I don't think Buffy, my dog, would eat that. Goose would. Buffy wouldn't.
Listen,
You know what though?
you're hurting my feelings,
You
okay?
could
I'm
eat
just
that
letting you
in
know
a
you're hurting
zombie
my feelings.
apocalypse because all of that is
Jelly.
non-perishable.
Jelly
you're
is the
good.
only issue, though.
It'll be all right.
I mean,
Jelly
if you
goes
eat it the
bad.
first time, like
Yeah.
if you open the jar the first time.
Yeah, but
So I saved
as
it.
far as
I'll eat a
from the-
person and you can eat
from
that.
from the feedback that I've gotten from everybody else, they're not gonna try it.
That's also like
They're
the
not gonna
jelly
eat it.
equivalent of being a small group and just cutting off a piece of person and then being like, you're wasting so much jelly.
You're wasting it. Did you ever watch the SpongeBob episode where he goes jellyfish hunting and he gets the jelly to put
Yeah.
on the?
Yeah.
I had the same reaction, but I feel like that's.
Well, you're wrong.
But he
He's
loved it,
right
so
that
that's
we
what I
haven't
mean.
we
Like,
haven't
that's good.
tried it.
Yeah.
So
Don't knock it till you try it. Okay.
Next podcast, Austin force feeds everybody peanut butter and jelly.
Listen,
ramen
I won't
sandwiches.
fucking force feed it to you.
gets the chains
okay?
back out.
I will. You're real fucking close to getting the chains back on. All right. I'm just telling you that right now.
He
You're
ties
real.
me to a
fuck-
radiator.
real fuck, and I'm gonna grape you in the mouth too again if you don't fucking watch yourself.
Yes.
Telling you, dude. Fuck, man. You're starting to irritate me right now. Okay, that's what I'm telling you. All right. I'm trying to be nice and civil with you guys, and you're just fucking putting me down. All right. I don't like it.
She picked a side.
You know what? It was sideless until you brought up that nasty
Fuck
shit.
you. Fuck you so hard, dude. Just eat a whole fucking bag of dicks, man. You made me spit on my
Wait.
microphone.
Side note, did you know you can anonymously send somebody a bag of dicks
Wait, what?
in the mail?
What?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Is those like the little candy dicks?
Yeah. Lots of
Oh,
confetti
no,
and
that's
shit.
not fun.
Okay.
No, I
Yeah.
want to send somebody a bag of actual dicks that they've like cut off of like pedophiles or something, you know?
I have
I
a
bet
story
Dark
on
Web,
this.
Web has that. Yeah.
Oh, probably. When we were talking about eating dick, damn it.
She's on it more than I am.
It's starting to make me mad. We're just both irritated. There was a dude who put out a Craigslist ad because he wanted to eat somebody alive, and so somebody answered the Craigslist ad. It was like an Asian dude, and this guy lived in the UK, I think, and in kind of like a rural area. So this dude goes out to this guy's like manor. He's got this giant house, and he cuts off pieces of him that keeps him alive. But the first thing he does is cut off his dick, and they try to like boil it and eat it, and it's too chewy to eat. Like they tried to eat part of it, and they were like, "We can't eat this. This is awful." So then they decide to butter fry the rest of it, and then just eat it like fried squid. So apparently, dick meat is like really bad, is what I've heard from this story that actually happened.
That's
So
not where I thought
somebody
this was
actually
going.
did this?
Yeah, so
For real?
somebody put out a Craigslist ad because they wanted to cannibalize a person. Somebody answered it because they were suicidal and went over to the place, and they ate parts of himself together, and then he killed the guy and stored the rest of the meat for like 3 months and ate that over a long period of time. And then the cops got tipped off about it, and finally found out what was going on and went and arrested him. So he served time for it, but it took him a while to get caught, and he got away with, killing and eating a guy.
Holy shit.
No, but the dude consented to it, right?
Yeah, but you still, like, it's against the law to cannibalize a person.
I was going to say, yeah.
And you can't just kill a person even if they consent to it. Like, assisted suicide isn't even allowed in most places.
I somewhat disagree with this.
So I kind of want him on my team for the apocalypse, though, because he seems like he has some experience in the matter.
He knows what parts of the body are good to eat.
And where, like, how to store them. So
Just for
Ooh.
science reasons, I don't.
Yeah, but
and
then
I
he's
do
gonna
like
fucking-
calamari. So if he butter fried some of it, like
Yeah,
that,
but then
I
he's
can
gonna
get
look
it
at
that
you
way.
and be like,
That's true.
You
I
know
have
what?
a lot of ass.
"You look pretty fucking tasty. I don't know if I can keep you alive. I think that I would like to cut that thigh off and fucking eat that shit."
It's like the scariest version of you looking like a snack.
You looking like a whole meal, is what he said.
what he's
okay,
He's like, you could last me months.
you're like, you're supposed to be on my side.
I was gonna say
The
why I
fuck?
like to keep my group small.
Mm-hmm.
Are hospitals more dangerous in July?
Oh, are we doing the Snopes game?
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
This is my favorite
4th
thing.
of July, people missing fingers.
Are hospitals more dangerous in July?
Oh,
True or
dangerous
false?
or
Dangerous. Are hospitals more dangerous in July?
I would assume because, yeah, there'd be a
More
higher amount of
people in
people
there,
in there,
right?
so there might be more mistakes made.
Rumor has it that hospital mortality rates go up in July due to an influx of inexperienced doctors.
Oh.
True or false? What do you think?
We'll each give our answer. This is a fun game.
You know what? That's interesting because when do people graduate from med school would be in the spring, so they're probably going to land their first job in July. Why the hell not? I'm going to go true.
That's smart, well thought out.
Not my initial instinct, but I'll
Yeah.
go true. Why the hell not?
I tend to go feeling based on these if it seems like either it's too far out there to be true or it's just far out there enough to be true. So I'm going to go true as well. I feel like it's not too
Mhm.
crazy, but it's just crazy enough.
It's a mixture.
Ah.
Um,
Snopes does have a rating system where sometimes there's no answer that they could find, so it's like inconclusive, and then there's mixed, and then there's true or false.
That makes
avoid hospitals in July like the plague. If you can, stay out of the hospitals during the summer, especially in July. That's the month when medical students become interns, interns become residents, and residents become fellows and full-fledged doctors. And in other words, a good portion of the staff at any given teaching hospital is new on the job. Summer hospital horror stories aren't just medical lore. The adjusted mortality rate rises 4% in July and August for the average major teaching hospital, according to the National Bureau of Economic Research. That means 8 to 14 more deaths occur at major teaching hospitals than would normally without the turnover.
Damn.
So you were pretty right.
Yeah, you were
I
spot
give
on.
Give me a high five for that shit. Good job.
I don't like that. That's bad karma.
One down.
Plant walking out of here.
Did a middle school display the words "fuck Kavanaugh" on their school sign?
I mean, I would endorse that, but it feels like middle school.
Middle school.
I could see like
know what,
maybe a
though?
high school doing that.
I understand that it was sheltered, but like middle schoolers now are like maybe me as like a junior or senior.
That had to have been
gotta
like
get
And I
point
know
with
I
the
was
internet,
sheltered, but
with the internet nowadays and most kids having phones and like tablets and shit like that.
the Kavanaugh thing was big for like a month and a half too.
that
Yeah.
is kind of true. Why would they get real big into that?
It would have had to have been one of the students doing it unknown to the staff, like they swapped letters on the sign or something, right? Like that wouldn't be a school sanctioned thing.
Listen, you
Oh,
fucking tell
no,
me,
Yeah.
okay?
no.
I'm trying to get your guys' fucking.
Well, I'm just trying to parse it out.
So you're saying
I don't think it would be school sanctioned either. No, but I could see like some 7th or 8th graders being, in on the news and being like, "Fuck Kavanaugh,"
Or
Yeah,
even if
I
it
could
was
see 'em
like
do it.
a high school next to the middle school, maybe a high school student swapped
a
some
good
letters on
point.
the middle school sign because they thought it was funny.
so. True or false? I need a true or false answer here.
I say true.
Or I mean, with Snopes, you get like the mixture like we have with the last one.
Don't give me 3 doors to pick from because that's a rigged game.
Okay, so true or false then?
True.
True.
It's a mixture.
Damn it, again?
A photograph showing the words "fuck Kavanaugh" on a sign for South Charlotte Middle School is real. What's false is the sign was defaced in an act of vandalism.
Yay.
So you guys got it right.
All right.
It was not created or sanctioned by any teachers or school officials. So good job on that. You guys are doing pretty well. I like, since you got her, you've gotten a little bit better at this game.
I was good the first time.
No, you weren't.
I
Shut
was
up.
I was half and half.
No, you weren't.
I
Shut
got
up.
half right.
Let me see if I can find another one that's a good one.
Give
'cause
us a
some of-
wild one that's like Dober goat.
I
Fucking
see.
wild.
That's what I'm trying to find, man. And some of them just aren't good, man. And my internet's being fucking bullshit right now.
Last time I brought Austin a story about an Amish Dober goat fighting ring, and a Dober goat was supposedly a mix between a Doberman Pinscher and a goat.
Do you think it was true?
I say no.
Yeah, it's not true.
Yeah, it's not true at all.
It's a fun
no
story,
way.
though.
He
I
got
was
me
gonna
with it,
say,
though. I
that's
thought it was
completely
true.
crossbreed. I mean, they've done some crazy crossbreeding shit, but
Whoa.
It's storming its balls off out there, guys.
Starting to storm out there, bruh. That shit cray cray.
I'm afraid of storms.
Are you really?
No.
Oh.
Hey. True or false?
I
Did
didn't
Do-
leave that going very long.
Did Donald Trump register Make America Great Again in 2012?
He was doing a bunch
No.
of like
So
birth certificate stuff around that time
Did
with
he
Obama.
register the saying "Make America Great Again" in 2012?
That would have gotten out before the
No.
election. No.
True.
Fuck.
Really?
In November 2012, a full election cycle before he became
I was gonna
president,
say that was
Donald Trump
like
signed an
4
application to
years.
trademark his now ubiquitous campaign slogan, "Make America Great Again." The move came under scrutiny in 2018 as Trump, now president, defended himself against allegations that a Russian influence campaign helped him get elected in 2016.
Fuck. Yeah, I was gonna say that's crazy suspicious, and that makes perfect sense. That whole story drives me nuts. That like that there's two sides to it. And that it's
He said,
cr-
Is Splenda in it? Is Splenda inadequately? This is how you can tell we're getting late in the episode. Is Splenda inadequately tested and unsafe?
I feel like, okay, so I have a little bit of knowledge on this. I feel like this is a mixed one. And because the FDA has two different ways of approving things, where if it's a smaller company that doesn't have a bunch of finance or backers behind it, they do the full like 8-year to 10-year thing where they test it in-house. If it's a larger company, like somebody that's producing Splenda, I don't know what the parent company of Splenda is, but they're probably giant. I would say that they're on the FDA fast track where they let them do their own studies and tests and send that into the FDA and then it gets approved that way. So mixed.
False.
Fuck.
You
I really
suck.
thought that one out
I
too.
was gonna say the whole fact that it's like the wording of the way that you put that, the fact that it said that it is tested and like they wouldn't be able to approve it if it was tested being bad, right?
I don't know.
Unless
I
they're
don't know.
doing
That's the thought process.
the only way that
you
would
made a good
happen-
point with that. Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't read that article, so I don't really care.
Like General
Next.
Mills and Bayer and like cigarette companies do that and get away with it.
Hire their own out.
Yeah.
Did Betty White come up with Jesus Christ child?
She wants to be heard.
I guess. Jesus. Did Betty White say grow some balls?
Yes.
Grow some balls?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That seems like Betty White.
False.
Damn it. All right, we're losing now.
Yep. Why do people say grow some balls? Balls are weak and sensitive. If you really want to get tough, grow a vagina. Those things take a pounding.
Oh, that's the full quote.
Got him.
God.
Got him. Oh, baby. I have to pee again.
Do we want to take a quick break and then do plugs and end the episode?
Yeah, we can do that. Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to sit here and fucking talk about whatever the fuck you guys want to talk about. I'll keep it recording, or you can do whatever.
Okay.
All right. Well then, good luck.
Thanks for the options.
I'm actually going to argue that because I do think in any given moment, Betty White would have said to somebody to grow some balls.
At some point in her life, she would have had to have said that at least once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty common thing to say anyway.
And Betty White's a badass, so she would
Yeah.
have said it.
That makes sense. Also, like, I don't know why that's a debated thing on Snopes. Like, how did that get to them? Where they're like, are they at that bottom of the barrel where that they're finding like Betty White misquotes and being like, this is false.
When your life's feeling really bad, you know somebody's one job was that. Like,
Yeah.
find out if Betty White said that in her life, and guess what? They failed.
It can't be a
They-
terrible
they
job.
had to have gotten it wrong.
Yes, we last episode was the first time we did that. It was because I brought up the Dober goat thing,
Okay.
and it was just I was researching an article on Snopes and then realized that they had a randomizer button, and I spent the next 3 hours just reading random articles. And I was like, we could turn this into a game.
This could be fun.
Yeah. Austin ran with it, I guess.
Well, and though how he said, like, the more random you get, you think that it's wrong, but then it's also so out there to be true. So some of them are kind of fun.
Yeah.
I like it.
Same thing happened to me last time too, where I got like the first 3 right and then was really confident and got the next like 4 wrong. Yeah. Hey there.
All right, I'm back, bitches.
I don't think you washed your hands.
I did not actually. Because I'm touching my own shit. Okay. If I'm out in public, I wash my hands, but if I'm at home, I really don't give a shit.
You do you.
And I also don't touch my dick either when I'm at home. I do kind of like the lean thing where like I'll just pull my dick out and start peeing, and then I'll just like lean like either forward or backward depending on like where my piss is going.
You're living on the edge.
Basically, yeah.
I do have a really important question. Are these microphones numbered?
Are they numbered? Like
Yeah.
what do you mean?
So I don't get like your dick hand ones.
Oh
Like,
no, like
But
this
it's the same microphone.
this
Yeah.
setup is with a box that says my name on it.
Okay, just making
Those
sure.
two, whatever.
All right. So
yeah.
it might be his.
No, like
Okay.
this is
You might have got my dick hands.
That's what I'm
yeah, no, this is my microphone. This will always be my microphone. I will never let anybody else use my microphone because mostly I've fucking deep throated this microphone before. So
What's
I
that
did see that a minute ago. Yeah.
What's that
Yeah.
speech about the rifle? Where like, this is my rifle.
this is my this, is my rifle.
microphone.
This is my gun. This is for fighting. This is for fun.
That's not it.
Yes, it is.
No, the whole like chant or like the
Are you talking
mantra.
about Full Metal Jacket?
No, because that's a satire of the actual thing.
Oh. Well, that's the only one I fucking know. So, this is my rifle. This is for fun. This is for fighting. This is for fun.
This is my rifle. This is my gun. This is for fighting. This is for fun.
No, that's a satire of an actual military thing.
Oh,
where they
I
have,
don't know
like,
what
a
the real-
brainwashing
I mean, I
mantra
could
for
look it
like,
up.
this is my rifle.
I can look it up. Hold on. Give me a second. I'll
My
find
rifle
it.
is only as good as I am. Something.
This is my rifle.
Everything that's gonna come up is Full Metal Jackal. Shit.
I doubt it.
I can't even talk anymore. Full Metal Jackal.
The creed of the U.S. U.S. Marine. Rifleman's creed. This is my rifle.
this.
There are many like it, but this one is mine. My rifle is my best friend. It is my life. I must master it as I master my life. My rifle without me is useless. Without my rifle, I am useless. I must fire my rifle true. I must shoot straighter than my enemy who is trying to kill me. I must shoot him before he shoots me. I will. My rifle and myself know that what counts in this war is not the rounds we fire, the noise of our burst, or the smoke we make. We know that it is the hits that count. We will hit. And then it goes on. But yeah.
Yeah, so this is my microphone.
This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. My rifle is my best friend. It is my life. I must master it as I master my life.
I must not use my masturbating hand with my microphone. Would
This
be
is
the
my
line there.
rifle. This is my gun. This
If
is
it's your
for fighting.
microphone and
This
it's
is
only
for
yours,
fun.
you can use whatever hand
I
you
mean,
want.
this is what I'm saying. Look,
Okay.
you know what? I'm just gonna fucking rub my hands all over this. I've already deep throated it already, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I'll still deep throat it now. I don't give a shit. Like I said, I don't touch my penis anyways when I'm at home. I just fucking I lean, bro. It's like I'm fucking Michael Jackson, and just fucking doing the lean and shit. I just throw my fucking pants around my ankles and then I take a piss and then I have to lean and kind of do a dance to get the
You
flow
hear
to
from
go
the
in
bathroom, a stomp, a slide, a boot click, a clap above the head, a head bob. It's the thriller. All right, here comes some copyright music, you guys.
Yep, I was
fuck.
gonna say.
we got fucking copyrighted for that shit. That was the algorithm that fucked us up.
It
That would-
wasn't Blue's Clues. It was fucking Michael
Mhm.
Jackson.
If there was gonna be one that did it, it would be them or Metallica, or they're the people who would get us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. All right, let's get this wrapped up here. I think that was enough for these people. I think they've dealt with enough. Kay, first of all, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Nah, you are welcome anytime. For
Awesome
real. If you
guest.
if you want to come on, we have plenty of microphones. So if you want to come, even if we have
So if I
another,
don't feel comfortable with this one, there's more.
even if we have another guest on, you are still welcome to come on and be a part of the episode. We would more than glad have you on, for real. I'm
Thank you.
very
It's been
glad.
fun.
We can wash these too.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
dear
can.
God.
Yeah, we
I'm
can.
gonna come next week with my own microphone.
We can wash the pop filter. Actually, these are only $40 on Amazon. The whole setup. I mean, you'd have to
whole
buy an XLR.
I
What?
just kind of want
The pop
I
filter?
don't know. Could I do cool designs on it?
I don't know.
You might be able to
Potentially.
shave a design into it. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
sweet.
that would be pretty cool. I mean, we have the ones that are that are
They're perfectly fine the way they are.
farther back. You know what I'm talking about? It's not over the microphone. It's its own pop filter that kind of
Hmm.
comes out and
I
Yeah.
don't think I'd like that.
you know what I'm talking about though.
Not
Wes
really.
has got one. He'll show you. One of those.
God.
Yeah.
That goes.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you can
That.
put it right in front of the microphone. But it's a spit guard, another pop filter, So you could use that if you wanted to.
Like Daffy Duck style. Despicable. If I'm spitting too much
Basically.
when I talk.
Basically, yeah.
All right. No, it's been fun. As you know, I was a little bit nervous to come on.
And
But
that's
it's been a good
okay.
time. We talked
It's
about some
okay.
random shit. I made it a little sexual and appropriate and sometimes.
I mean,
but,
It
we got
always
Listen,
there.
becomes sexual.
That's the podcast,
Yeah,
okay?
It happens.
And go back and listen to the other episodes, all right? And
All right, all right, I will
you'll
do that.
you'll be like, this episode is not that bad. Especially like gaggle of pants turkeys, like
Listen to the last 40 minutes of that episode, and you'll
dude.
yeah.
I'm telling you,
All right,
man.
all
I'm
right, all
telling
right.
you. I'm telling you. But let's go ahead and get into our plugs here.
Alrighty.
Wes, where can people find you at?
I'm on Instagram at SavageDadWes. I think there's an underscore in there somewhere, right?
I think so. I don't know. You're the one that's supposed to be the fucking.
I think it's SavageDad_Wes.
Yes, it is actually.
And that's it. I don't do the other things for my personal account. I have a Reddit, but good luck finding me.
Hey, good fucking
Good
luck.
plug. Good plug.
Yeah. I'm on Instagram as Blue Skies Guy 1 because Blue Skies Guy was fucking taken somehow.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, whoever that is, I will pay you for that fucking shit, okay? If I can find who that is, I need to fucking... Unless he's got something with, like, blue skies, and he's like, nah, I fucking use that shit, like, then whatever. But
Nah.
I'll still pay you for it. I want Blue Skies Guy, and that'll be my fun. But if you want to find me on Instagram, I'm Blue Skies Guy 1, or you can just go look at our podcast Instagram at Blue Skies Pod. You can find us on Facebook. Just search Blue Skies from the Basement. You can email us at blueskiespodcast@gmail.com. You can leave a voicemail at 614-600-2056. We have a Discord, and that's discord.gg/FKTFYPW. You can find us at our homepage at blueskiesfromthebasement.podbean.com. And I think that's about it.
Nah, we got some new shit, guys. Updates.
Oh, shit! We got some updates. Actually, do you want to put any plugs out for you?
What?
Where can people find and follow you?
Do you
Oh,
want
dear
people
God,
to...
I don't even know what my
If-
stuff is.
If you... that's
There's
if,
some special K in there.
if
My
you-
dog's name. I
If
don't
you
know.
want people to find you, first of all.
I don't remember what it is. Special K something. Special K.
Yeah, see, I don't know what your shit is, okay?
No worries.
I'll be prepared next time. How
Heard,
about that?
I'll-
heard.
Plug you in the episode description if you want.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so updates, guys. We now have a Twitter, if that's how that's pronounced.
tweet,
A tweeter?
tweet,
A-
tweet, tweet,
a,
tweet.
a twatter.
A quatter?
Yeah, so
modder?
I've been avoiding Twitter for like 10 years. and,
Banana phone.
Ring, 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 ring. All right,
Stop.
I can't do the whole thing. Yeah, so we have a Twitter. That's at Blue Skies Pod, obviously. And then we also have a Venmo and a Cash App, both Blue Skies Pod. With Venmo, you just @ instead, and then with Cash App, you put a $sign in front of it. So if you guys want to support the show, help us put out more bonus content, and help us get to the point where we can live stream and do video feeds and just put out more content in general, help support the show in that way. You can find the links on the PodBean page. They'll be up on the Instagram and the Facebook, and I'm also going to tweet them out. One of the links has already been tweeted out, so go follow us over on Twitter.
So if you want to do it on the Venmo, you just @ Blue Skies Pod.
Yep.
If you want to find us on the Cash App, you put a $sign
Blue Skies
Blue
Pod.
Skies Pod.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
So if you prefer those over PayPal, which is our main donate link right now, which you can find that on the main Podbean page as well. Some people just prefer Venmo or cash.
Heard that.
Yeah.
And you guys, please don't forget that chemicals are turning Alex Jones gay with frogs, okay? That is a huge thing that I want you guys to remember and tell your friends, all right? The number one thing that's going to be able to help us is people donating, and then also you guys telling your friends about the podcast, okay?
The chemicals are turning me gay, guys. I'm gay for frogs now. Obama put chemicals in me that made me gay for frogs.
Yeah, basically, that's just, what it is.
Did you mark every single one
I
of
did.
them? Fuck,
I
you could have
fucking
marked the
did,
first
dude.
one, and then I would have found the other two.
Nah, it's okay.
And I didn't even remind him.
No, I
I'm
got it
sitting
now.
on my hands right now to not say push the button.
I got it now, okay? I'm going to
Okay.
put a mark for every fucking burp that I do, all right?
That'll help
And
me
then-
get my project done sooner, so
I
I
I'm
hope
gonna
appreciate
do
so.
that to
I
him
can't
in real
wait.
life. He's gonna burp at a family event. I'm gonna be like, mark it.
it. Yes. Yeah.
I really don't want to say this, but we'll be at like a funeral and I'll accidentally burp and you'll be like, Mark it.
Across the room.
Ooh,
Damn it.
Shit. Shit.
Love it. I came back around. I'm for this now.
But seriously, Kay, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
You're-
It's been fun.
You're welcome anytime.
you.
Seriously.
Thank you.
Like, anytime you want to come. You know when we do this. You know where we're at.
Come try a noodle sandwich.
Come try a noodle sandwich.
You had me until that.
Just come over. All right. If you want to be on, I mean, fuck.
I'll
Even
bring
if,
the spicy chicken nugget.
even if we got guests on, it don't matter. Just come over.
It'll be
Come
good.
hang out. Come be a part of it. Like, I loved having you on. It was great. Wes, you're a fucking piece of shit,
I
as you
know.
know. Fuck you. Eat a fucking whole bag of dicks.
I like
Whole
parfait
bag.
of dicks. That's my new favorite.
Eat a parfait of dicks.
Like different layers of different types of
Is that
dick
like
and
a-
dick consistency, you know? Like,
He's like, I want Italian, Chinese,
but then I want
African,
one to be like pureed, and one to
Jewish,
be like diced
German.
and chopped.
Yeah, what about a dick souffle? Like,
a dick
It's gotta be
souffle.
baked just right, or else it collapses, and then the dick's no good anymore.
Yeah, see, that does sound pretty good. I can't complain with that, actually.
Just a light, flaky, really airy dick.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
And
Sure. Why not?
that's your sign off from now on. It's just the best way to cook a dick.
nah, that's not our sign off. That's not happening.
You
we
want to hear
have
our sign off though?
we have our sign off.
Got it
But
already.
before we sign off, by the time that this episode comes out, I just want to toot my own horn here and say that I am a month sober. So shout out to my own self from smoking weed. Okay, I've been a month sober by the time that this podcast or this episode comes out. So kudos to me for doing that shit. Fuck you guys.
Keep it up.
I will. I fucking will until you guys will know when I'll smoke again. You guys will hear it on the episode when I decide that I
That'll be the whole episode.
Basically,
It's just
yeah.
us getting burnt.
yeah, but when I decide to go and smoke again, you guys will know about it. But thanks for all the support that I've gotten and that we've gotten with the episode. Like, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for supporting us. Like we said, there's plenty of ways you guys can donate. There's plenty of ways you guys can follow us. And we appreciate all the listens from you guys. Please don't forget that you guys can also call in to the voicemail line. And then you can get on the podcast just like Carl did. All right? So call in. Comment on the Instagram, comment on our Facebook, email us, whatever. Give us topics that you want us to talk about. Tell us how we're doing, things that you like, things that you don't like whatever it is. Just be a part of the podcast, all right? We want you guys to feel that, you are part of the community and that you're a part of the podcast. So, yeah.
Also, thanks to Jesus for putting up with the last episode.
Bro, seriously, Jesus, if you're listening right now, I love you, okay? I just want you to know that. I don't know you. I've never met you, as you full well fucking know. But you're the shit, man. And I appreciate you listening to us and still being a part of this. So thank you, man. Thank you, Jesus. Shout the fuck out.
Thank Jesus.
And I think that's it. Kay, you got anything else?
Make good choices.
Make good choices.
I like that.
Hell yeah. All right, you guys. Later.
Peace.
Bye.